And the microphone, if you're not using it, you can put it back up.
Okay. Welcome, welcome. We are going live, hanging out for a bit. I actually, first of all, want to say, which camera am I looking at? This one right here. I want to say hello to everybody. I got a couple of cameras around me, so I had to...
This is the only camera.
Got it. I know, that one up there threw me off for a second. So anyway, your girl was actually going to do some DoorDash today, but I'm a little sore because I've been working really hard, ranching and DoorDashing and doing a bunch of stuff to help the Animal Rescue Sanctuary. And Xander's been rocking it on stream. I want to give a shout out to Ray again of Minneapolis for hanging out with us yesterday and for the donations. It really is life-changing, and I decided I was going to take a break and come hang out with you guys. Okay. Can you mute that, Xander? He's doing an audio test real quick. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sounds like the microphone's working. That's awesome to hear, because that'd be really embarrassing if I was
It's also weird that I said mute and it wasn't muted, but it's all good.
Well, I appreciate the audio check. I wasn't sure because I'm using a different microphone today. That's why this one's up and not down.
See me, the kick doesn't work.
Okay. Kick. All right. We are... doing so much, you guys. We've got some rare baby chicks that we've added to the ranch. We've got some more baby chicks on the way. There are obviously not all of the animals at our sanctuary were rescues, but we do have a lot of rescues in our care. I actually took initiative to get a turtle from Phoenix. I actually rescued a couple of them, and one of them I'm still caring for. Her name is Jessica Jones, and shout out to Xander because he's helped me a lot with caring for her, like changing out her tank and cleaning it and everything, even though it was totally my idea.
I made her tank.
What's that?
I made her tank.
Yeah, he made her tank too. And he's very, very helpful with everything. So shout out to Xander, because that was actually supposed to be my full responsibility, and he's actually stepped up and helped a lot with caring for Miss Jessica Jones. So I just want to give him a shout out. But yeah, we also have a couple of dogs. One of them being the first one we ever rescued. She was on the streets before we even left California and moved off grid to start the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, and she was part of the reason behind it all. So we rescued her off the streets. For like 4 years she was on the streets, and it was really sad, but she's living her best life now.
Can I sneak behind you real quick? Can you stand up?
Yeah.
And then just let me
take
over for a second.
Alright, Xander's gonna come
just
in
take
real
the headphones off real
quick.
quick.
Okay.
Just like that. There.
Pardon me, y'all. Xander's gonna...
Can you check that? And I'm gonna check this. I'm not taking over, I just want to do this. There we go.
What am I checking?
I'll show you in a second. It don't matter. Hold on. Okay, come look. I fixed it. Come. And then if you sit down. So this number. Okay. Here. See it?
Oh.
See that number 8?
Nice.
That's the total collective of the network. So.
Very cool.
Okay, so now you're back.
Okay. So now I'm back.
I need you to see that, and if you need to type in the chat,
Thank you.
this should be good to go.
Oh yeah, I could say something in the chat.
Yeah,
you'll notice I got a little
There's
hand
many
brace
on
on.
X already.
Hey, shout out to everybody tuning in to the TBF network. I'm gonna type something out in chat real quick. Just want to say,
feel free to bring up our
rock.
website even on this, because that'll show everybody.
True.
If you want to like explore our website while you talk and that kind of stuff. I'm gonna start running some promotional campaigns for your stream in a little bit too.
I'm so happy for all of you joining us. It means so much to have this many of you with us already. I haven't even been live that long. I've been rambling a bit, going off on tangents with the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, but thank you, Xander. I just, okay, cheers to Xander. He's lighting up for me real quick. This is to all of you. Okay. This one's for you and you and you and you.
Well, people are already tuning in, so it's already going down.
I know. I'm just grateful. It is going down. It went down a little too hard for your girl because I have been pushing the limit like I always do. I know I'm a workaholic. I admit I have a problem, and I don't always get the rest I need. Thank you so much, Mary Jane. She's such a good girlfriend. Love that gal. She helps so much though with the Real talk, I'm stronger. I'm built different, y'all. I'm cut from a different thread, okay? I have had chronic pain almost my entire life. I've had shattered bones. I've had so many things, concussions, soccer injuries, you name it. I've actually, even speaking of soccer real quick, I may be little, but your girl here used to deflect people like 3 times my size. Okay, I played defense, I played midfield, I played offense. I was mostly midfield, but in the time, yeah, let me open that. But in the time that I was defense, I'll never forget it. It was so funny because this girl was so cocky. You know the type, right? Because I'm not cocky. I'm pretty
New
humble.
Tab. Right click.
Right click. Right click.
New tab.
Thank you. Not new window.
New window. And then you should be able to drag it to the other monitor.
New window. New window.
It'll look cool on the screen.
I'm typing a little funky because of the little supportive hand brace, but
and then make it full screen.
I'll be honest, I didn't go to the doctor or anything. I'm my own nurse.
There we go. Okay, so slowly go through it. Just now continue.
I will.
That looks
but
cool.
Yeah, to continue my story before we divulge into bandfamous.com. But so yeah, your girl did a lot of positions on the soccer field, okay, from high school to college. I actually got scholarships and grants for soccer for the first couple of years of college, which was rad. Shout out to Northland College, but they're also really expensive and they're a private college and they didn't really have what I wanted for my degree, so I ended and for many other reasons I ended up transferring to the University of Minnesota, and I'm glad that I did because lo and behold, that's where I would bump into the palette of the artist Xander. Actually becoming a mermaid the very first time that I met him, because on a whim I decided to be spontaneous and go with a girlfriend. Her name was Abby. Shout out to Abby if she ever me up one day, and I'm in my apartment probably cleaning and listening to music, singing some shit, and she's like, hey, do you want to come get body painted for this private art gallery party tonight? And I was like, body painted? And she's like, yeah. She's like, there's going to be a bunch of models. We're going to be painted for this exhibition at this art gallery. Do you want to be one of the models with me? And I was like, oh, let me think about it. I'll call you right back, right? I didn't have an immediate yes or no. Of course, I'm a Libra, right? So I had to weigh the scales. So I call her back. Ultimately, I leaned towards yes, because I'm like, this sounds like a crazy once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Never even thought I'd get a phone call like that in my life, because I'd was young and naive and, still getting my feet wet, playing soccer and singing and doing karaoke and open mic, cover songs, bar performances, yada yada. And so I went for it, and I'm glad I did. We were the first 2 girls to arrive that night, and it was crazy because it was actually supposed to be at another location, but someone involved with the whole throwing of this intended fundraiser event to save karnakgallery.com. And in case y'all are interested, I know it's on our Twitch as well. I'm pretty sure we left it there. I know we switched up the panels recently, so check out our Twitch page, the panels, the about and everything to see, because I even got to remember because we change it up so much. So definitely keep an eye on that. But if you want to see it sometime, there's actually a documentary about Karnak Gallery. And I met Xander at the close of Karnak Gallery, and it's just like that, how I typed it out. If you click it, you can watch it for free online. I think it's a little over an hour. Speaking of documentaries, we'll get to that as well. But yeah, I met him at the collapse of Karnak, and but that's how we met. I was one of his models. I wasn't even an official model. I like to joke that I kind of crashed his party because I wasn't on the roster of models. I just, this girl was kind of a rebel, I suppose, because she brought me without, running it by the agent that booked her or running it by the artist, Xander, or anybody. So he was just like, who the fuck is this chick? No, I'm just kidding. He wasn't like that. He was actually really professional and kind. And, yeah, I was surprised because I'm not going to lie. You think of Playboy magazine, for example, which I did actually decline an offer to do something with them, so maybe I already had something in mind, because Hugh Hefner's, I'm not going to say anything mean, but I'm not going to say anything nice, we'll just put it like that. And so I had we'll say an image of who might be body painting all these women, right? Because it's you're painting naked people, and I'm like, I don't know why I thought they were just going to be kind of creepy, or something like a creeper, someone just trying to get in the pants of all these models. I'm sorry, I was one of those judgy McJudies back in the day, okay? So I was very surprised when I met him, and I was just like, oh, he's just an artist, you know, and he's like this kind of, you know, maybe a little crazy in a good way, but he's definitely an artist and definitely not creepy. So that was interesting. And he hasn't, he definitely didn't try to sleep with all of his models either, so there's that. And it's just been crazy because my life, I even was thinking today, like, what would my life be like if I had not met Xander? And I don't know, man. It certainly wouldn't be as colorful, and I would still be doing some kind of music, but I mean, the band Famous, I don't know. I'm sure, I don't know. It's crazy to think, like, what would have happened if we didn't cross paths, but I'm so glad that we did, and I supported his art for a long time, and actually even petitioned, because I had maxed out my credits at the University of Minnesota at the College of Liberal Arts, where I got my degree, and I was actually invited to like the National Honor Society and all this crap, because I'm very smart, and it's one of my greatest superpowers, because a lot of people underestimate how smart I am and don't know that I'm like the main developer behind bandfamous.com, the website we're looking at, for example, and a lot of things. I actually did I helped a lot with both of the apps as well. I did a lot of programming. You can ask Xander, he'll back me up.
Lead developer.
What's that?
I said you're the lead developer right now for a reason.
You heard, he just said I'm the lead developer right now for a reason. I'm not saying I'm the best developer in the world, or even the country, or even the state, or any, you know, I'm not the best developer. I'm not, because my number one is my singing and my writing. That's just, those are my fortes. But it doesn't mean that I'm not willing to do the work in other areas to make those fortes work, you know, because, again, I'm very grateful. We did get another opportunity, and it means a lot that, you know, people are interested in, you know, representing us and getting involved with, you know, what we're doing. But and we would certainly consider it in the right circumstances. We would consider it. But we've turned down record labels like Sony before, and there's a reason that there's a lot of, you know, we like having our independence, we like having our freedom, we like being just the authentic artists that we are. But for one thing, you know, we own all the masters of our music. We have albums available we've put out on our own, such as this one. We actually still have a few copies of this one right here left. If anybody would like one, I would be happy to mail you a signed autographed copy by Xander and I, with a little extra swag. In fact, if you would even consider, we're trying to make some new CDs, a small order, because we have been contacted. Yes, I'm 18 or older. Parental advisory, y'all, because we're not everybody's cup of tea. Okay, that's okay. We have a few tiers here on Patreon, and we did clean up our Patreon a bit. We have a specific one right now, because we're always supporting the Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Everything that we do goes into the Animal Rescue Sanctuary. We're buying animal feed every single month, and we're so grateful to those who are rocking with us. They are helping us with more than one bag of feed a month now. That's amazing. Sorry, I got a little tongue-tied because I'm like, wait, that's more than a bag of feed. Because, yeah, wow. Okay, that is amazing, y'all. We are so, so grateful. That really is life-changing for us, because, like, I beat myself up, and so does Xander, caring for all these animals, caring for, like, it is, like, back-breaking work. Back-breaking work. I'll still, you know, try to get cute and put on a little pretty face for y'all, but, like, real talk, I did kind of strain my shit.
Show them your hand cast.
Yeah, I got a little splint on. It's not too gnarly, like, it's healing well, but there's a little, I don't know, there's some bruising going on. So, I'm hoping it's just a bad bone bruise. I was changing the oil when I did it. I probably didn't have enough coffee in me, and I was moving too fast, and I was unscrewing the thing to drain the oil, and it was like stuck, and I was like pushing, and then the next thing I know, it was like boom. Yeah, so that happened. But I'm okay, you know, I got this, I'm still doing DoorDash, I'm still, like, you know, doing my thing, I'm still carrying waters, getting waters, hauling them, you know, hauling animal feed, filling the bins, feeding all the animals, replacing the water and feed for the baby chicks, you know, filling the ponds for the ducks, for
Literally
the chickens,
nonstop work.
adding water,
to
cleaning and adding water to Jessica Jones's tank, our awesome little turtle. She's so cool, man. We got some dinosaurs rocking with us. But you know, and I love it. It's so rewarding. Like, I will gladly break my back for these animals and more. But
do some promo of your stream. I'm gonna try moving this here.
Yeah, I'm getting emotional thinking about the animals because they're just so
they're
they're so important.
They're one of the reasons why we put
I proudly break my back for them. Okay, I proudly beat myself up for them. I will do everything I need to for them. But I am asking for help now because we do put everything into them that we don't really have like extra to go through with this on our own. So we are asking for help. Sorry, I got a little emotional and something went in my eye there. Like, yeah. Okay, hang on. One moment, y'all. Something in my eye. It's okay. I'll just go on pause real quick if I have to. Hang on.
Oh, well, you got a table mic. It's really good setup now. That was a good idea to do the table mic, so you don't have to have that thing. I think that other mic, the gaming mic, is kind of blocks your pretty face. So. This way we have people can see, hear you easier. These headsets that headset is basically shot, but I'm going to use it till it falls apart. Which is any day now. It is any day.
Oh. Did I stop that? I thought I had a little...
I wish Kick worked. That really bugs me. That's really going to bug me. I wish we could fix that today. Not right now, but later. Remind me later. We got to get it fixed. That's crazy. That is absolutely wild that I can't get that fixed.
Oh.
System key or something.
So I don't think it hears the... I was trying to play a little, like, ambient, like, music in the background, like some jazz or something, but I don't think it's working because I...
As long as my main game... Oh, this is your own separate one, you said?
No, it's not. You didn't give me a chance to do that, so I'll have to do that next time.
Got it.
I'm gonna set up a whole new, like...
Layout
for...
What about
for
the
these,
other one, the one for music?
A layout
Why
for these Hangouts.
The Hangouts are the other one. Click on it. Not the Cyberpunk. Click on the other one.
But then am I gonna have to change the microphone settings?
Maybe, but just do it real quick.
Okay. Let me see. I still got something in my eye.
Your numbers are going up.
Oh, cool.
But I need you to focus.
Let's see. Here we go.
You were using.
Well,
because you were hanging out. If you do the other one, that's for gaming.
We're gonna have to switch them back to Corsair for the microphone.
It's
fine. I just fixed it so people should be able to hear me now.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I just switched the microphone.
Yeah, we're tweaking stuff.
We're tweaking stuff. Bear with us. The stream is not ending. That was a joke, y'all. Yeah, that was ha ha ha. I'm so funny. I'm just kidding.
We're tired.
I'm just jumping around in it.
We
like
finally
when
have
I
a
switched.
moment to mess with stuff on stream
I switched to a different stream and it was like stream is ending and I'm like no I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. Homegirl playing.
Okay,
Hanging out and chatting.
Oh, we got another backpack yesterday.
Not his stupid autocorrect.
4 on Twitch, 5 on X, 1 on YouTube. I wish we can get the Kick to work. We could probably build our channel there. It's too bad.
Alright, and boom. There we go. I just did a post.
Okay.
Anyways, as I was saying, y'all, I gladly break my back, and so does Xander, carrying, I think he hurt his shoulder recently, even in getting the Guardian ready, which, we're growing stuff for the chickens and for all the animals here. We have hens that no longer lay. But we love them, and they're still with the whole flock that does lay. And, in fact, they were the first chickens we started with, and they did lay for a little bit, but, like, they get to stay. Like, they're our pets, you know, like, everyone we rescue here is, like, one of the family. So, we are very attached to all of them, and we do everything for them. We do. And, but we will continue to turn down labels if it isn't the right terms and conditions, even though that would help the animal. Sure, that'd be a big deal. But, there's just certain things we're not willing to compromise on. And y'all understand. And our artistic integrity is important to us. And just, you know, still owning the control and the right to make music the way we want to make music. And we are working on, well, speaking, because I did get a little distracted switching gears, switching setups, but we are working on, it makes more sense to get 100 CDs from what I looked at, because 50 CDs is only a little bit less, so you get a better value for 100 CDs. So I did some research, and it's not even that much. I think, did I put it in here? I think I might have put it in here. Yeah. It's like under $200, but I just can't, like, I still need help to get that because, again, like, all of our extra funds, like, we're constantly putting into the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, and it's like...
We can't get our music out now.
We can't quite get our music out because we put so much into it. And the feed
prices are going up. And we're not making more money necessarily. So we just need help, and we don't always ask for help. But that's why we're asking for help.
It's hard to ask for help. I mean, I literally, like I said, I'll like fuck myself up.
We have countries in Europe asking for our music, and we don't have the funds to send it because we're bottlenecked.
Yeah, let me just open this up because I think, can I open image in new tab?
We rescue too many animals, damn it.
Right here, okay. I'm censoring it for just I don't want to spoil, like let it be a mystery where it's gonna be reviewed. But there is a European country that reached out and publications that are interested in reviewing, as you can see right here, your CD or vinyl LP. So where was it? They don't
self-distribute too.
They don't do digital.
No one's paying us
they don't do digital. They only review CDs and vinyls. And so obviously vinyls are much more money to make. We would love to make a vinyl. We will make a vinyl. We are going to make a vinyl.
We have Patreon.
We will make a vinyl.
We have supporters.
But but we will easily be able to make a CD with your help. Yeah. And we can make a vinyl later, you know, with your help too. But so that's the deal. Like, we weren't even planning to make CDs, to be frank. Sorry, I had to. But we weren't even planning to make CDs of To Be Frank. Like, we didn't make CDs of our first album, which is available exclusively in the Band Famous app. It's called Last Words. Again, the name of the app is the Band Famous. We like to say we made the band famous because we did, y'all. It's our software, it's our band, it's our everything. And that's us. And I couldn't do it without Xander. I was just thinking today, like...
You have to turn on the spots.
Which one?
The spots.
Oh.
Yep. Better.
Hang on.
Both of them.
There we go. Anyway. Excuse me. Yeah, we put our second album on the CD, and that was pretty awesome. I actually, on a side note, I think it was just yesterday, I got a message, or no, oh my gosh, I reached out to someone. Hang on, I can see what's in my eye. It's like a piece of hair. Did I get it? I can, like, see the piece of hair in my eyelashes. Sorry, y'all. I need to trim my bangs. Okay, I think I got it. Anyway, just yesterday, I got a message, or no, I reached out to someone, right? No, it's still fucking there. It's fine. Whatever, it needs to be there right now. I reached out to someone I saw in, like, a Facebook group, because I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups. I do a lot of promotion myself, because I'm not, paying someone. But I posted in a Facebook group, or I commented on, or messaged someone. They were, like, looking for petrified wood, and I was like, what kind of petrified wood are you looking for? I've hand forged a lot on my land, which is true. And they got back and they were like, holy shit, you're a member of TBF, and then told me this story, and they were, you know, they're interested in all kinds of petrified wood, which is awesome because I've got a bunch of that. But it was just like amazing because immediately he was like, you're part of TBF, and he was like, holy shit, and like he was a genuine fan that I randomly connected to, like I reached out to, and they happened to be a fan of the band Famous, so that was just magical in and of itself. But then he goes further. The magic gets even more. I'm getting chills even thinking about it. He goes further and he says, I have to tell you this crazy story. He's like, regardless if you think I'm a weirdo or not. And he's like, maybe I am. And hey, man, I'm a weirdo too. So shout out to the weirdos. But he goes, my girl and I, we did some and we went clubbing in St. Louis, Missouri. And this was a few years ago, he says, and he knew the DJ, apparently, too, but, like, he was like, wow, there's, like, this catchy-ass song, so they go and they ask the DJ, like, hey, what was that catchy-ass song, what was that? And he hands him a CD that was covered with stickers, so I don't know if it was our CD that he put stickers on or what, but it had, anyway, he became a fan of the band Famous that night, because the DJ was like, yo, it's the band Famous, it's Promises, was the song. And that he said that every once in a while, like, him and his girl will take and just listen to Promises every time they do, which is just crazy to me. And I'm just like, oh my god. Y'all. Maybe if I just let the emotions that want to come through, it'll just push that hair right out of my eyeball. That shit is so nuts to me. I'm just like, alright. I'm not crying, you're crying.
But you're crying.
Maybe a little bit. All right, I'm crying a little bit. But, wow. Whew, that shit is crazy. That's so wild that I just I can't even believe, like, that's how the universe works, you know, like, that
I was streaming yesterday and Ray was tuning in, too.
Yeah, and Xander was, I think it happened when you were streaming, that the person got back to me, or I saw their message, like, they were, I don't even know. And yeah, Ray donated twice on stream yesterday. Yeah. I'm just so moved. I'm so moved. But, yeah, so now, to be frank, we weren't even planning to put To Be Frank on a CD. We put Awakening on a CD.
They're B-tracks because it's a side project from Dragonfly, Tom.
To Be Frank was just kind of a like some B-tracks, a side project in between that we just wanted to give you guys while we were still finishing Dragonfly, our third album. So I guess you could call it our, To Be Frank is like our 2.5 album, you know, like 2.5. Sure. So there's 4 tracks on To Be Frank. And I was even telling Xander this morning, I'm like, man, I keep hearing some guitar on Golden Rule that's not there right now. And so I don't know, I might have to do something and like re-release it later on, but it's still pretty cool even without the guitar. I mean, I either way. So it opens with Golden Rule, and then number 2 is Space Jam, which Xander inspired, which I did part of it on stream. You can even hear a Twitch follower in the song, because I was like, I'm gonna leave that when I did the. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm gonna leave that when I, you know, when I do this final cut. I'm gonna leave the little ding like with someone following on Twitch, because it happened on Twitch. I almost was gonna do some cover songs, like karaoke style stream, you know, like sing some favorites, and because that's always good fun and people always enjoy it. But Xander was like, you should do something original. You should just like improvise something. And he was like, he's like, here's my contribution. It's time to glow up. It's time to show up. He's like, do something with that. And I was like, okay. And thus, I tracked out Space Jam live with my loop station behind me. You can kind of see if I turn the chair. Here she is, with I gotta hold my shoulder back. I'm gonna pet her for y'all. I'll give her some love for y'all. So my beautiful loop station behind me. Oh, I love her. And my microphone, of course, right there. And my guitar to my left. And I, like, kind of did some stuff. I think I started out, like, kind of looping some guitar and, like, getting some kind of... I was getting something spacey going. And, yeah, Space Jam formed. And then I did mastering. And I obviously... you know, the audio engineering before you put it on the album and put it out there. So I did all that. But yeah, so Xander contributed to that. That's number 2. Number 3 is Mermaid Energy, which I pretty much did all on my own, but I still give Xander shout outs because he was like, with the first listen, He was like, I'd give it an A+, but it could be an S+. He's like, I think you should add some more background vocals, which I total was confirmation for me because I heard stuff in my head that was not on the track yet. So he
Plus,
was
it's nice
just
when
like,
we agree because
and it's nice when we agree because we don't always agree. You know, sometimes we're cats and we get in little scraps. But you know, we mostly, you know, we were definitely on the same page there. I was like, cool, because I heard this, and so it's interesting you say put some more background vocals because I was thinking of doing this, so I did. And he goes, also, if you could incorporate some kind of like bubble sound or something, that would be cool. And I was like, okay, I think I can find something to do with that. And thus Mermaid Energy was born. And fun fact about that song is it was actually featured and reviewed and loved in Brazil. Shout out to Heatwave Radio and Blog. They did a feature and they played our song on their radio in Brazil. Yeah, Mermaid Energy. Yep. So that's awesome. So now officially Xander's had a song that he pretty much produced all on his own that went on the radio. And then, gosh. What's that?
I said, oh gosh. I feel like it's team effort with everything we do, but it's nice that you give me that much credit.
Well, I'm giving you credit. And then I wasn't even like expecting it necessarily, but I was like, okay.
See, I'm always expecting it because I think you have a very, very, very good voice. So obviously I'm biased, but I think your voice is kind of its own instrument. So.
Well, thank you, Xander. Thank you. I do use my voice as an instrument a lot of the times, actually. Like, a lot of the times it's interesting that you say that.
Yeah, Mermaid Energy to me, it really is one of my favorite tracks to really blast. I think people should really blast that track. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a rocker.
It is a rocker.
It's a banger.
It is a banger. Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah. Embody that mermaid energy, y'all. It's good for the soul.
Yeah, I think because Laser Eyes and like some of the rock and roll songs, but I like the Mermaid Energy. Like I could dig into a whole album of that, you know. And I'm not trying to sidetrack us from the rest of our projects, but yeah.
I love it. I love it. So yeah, that was track number 3 on To Be Frank, which was like our album 2.5, right? In between 2 and 3. Track number 4 was pretty much all Z, and I just kind of took some of his lyrics and remixed some of my voice into it, and some of it was done live. Some of y'all might have seen it, heard it here on Twitch. But yeah, that was on top. That was a lot of fun. So those 4 tracks, we were never planning to put it on a CD, because like I said, it was like a 2.5 album, right? It was like in between our second and our third. And again, we never put our first album on a CD. We were pretty unconventional, and that remains app exclusive, which you rock so hard if you have it on your iPhone or iOS device, because that is legacy, baby. Legacy, baby.
You can't get it anymore.
You can't get it anymore.
If you have the iPhone app, you know what would be cool is if people get pictures of who still has it.
That'd be cool. So cool.
You can't get it anymore.
If you still got our iPhone app, iOS app on your iPhone or iPad, like you gotta try to get a picture to us. We'll put you on our website. Like that is so. That is legacy.
And just to clear the records, we will probably never do it again. The Android app will probably live on. Here's Norell shaking her head. The iPhone app is legacy, and it will remain legacy. So if you have that album, that's kind of like the long lost TBF album. And with the band Famous, I'm just going to say this too, if there's anybody listening, look up the KLF, and that was very inspirational for part of the naming of the band Famous, because I always thought people and writers and people in the media would just go TBF and then parentheses the band Famous, but everyone was like the band Famous, the band. I'm like, wow, no one's going to ever say TBF. That's crazy. Like Nine Inch Nails, like KLF, I'm like, but I'm like, everybody, the band Famous just was so outrageous as a name, so I think people just that was hilarious.
It is pretty funny.
Good times.
So, y'all, I will be right back. If you'll excuse me for one moment, I'm gonna grab a drink and a snack. I'll be back with you in like less than 5, so please don't go anywhere. In fact, if you want to do the same, grab a drink and a snack. I'll be right back. I'll talk to y'all soon. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Don't go nowhere. All right, fam. All right, fam. Did you miss me? I missed y'all. I missed y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, true. I'm looking. That's funny. I'm still showing like the website, but you guys can't see it anymore. But that's totally cool. I can still tell you about it. But yeah, so you probably didn't even see that now that I think about it. So I'll read you the email. I censored it out, but it's Dear the Band Famous. Hello, my name is blank, and I am the editor of blank, which is based on AOR/hard rock /pop /West Coast, singer/songwriter, folk/pop/rock, and symphonic/progressive rock. And I am also an editor of the American music website, blank. We are now very interested in hearing and reviewing your CD or vinyl LP. I'd very much appreciate it if you could send us the CD or LP. Sorry, but we do not review digital files, MP3, etc. So we can make a review of it in blank and let people know of your music. If you decide to send some material, the post address is below this email. We thank you very much in advance for your answer and look forward to hear from you soon. Greetings from blank, because I'm not going to spoil the surprise, and then the address and everything I blanked out. Everything I blanked out, okay? We're censored, so we're going to do some censoring, okay? It's only fair. It's only fair to balance the scales that way. But yeah, so, again, to be frank, we were not planning to make a CD of To Be Frank. It was kind of an in-between. It was the B tracks. It wasn't part of The Awakening. It wasn't part of our first album, Last Words, exclusive to the Legacy iOS. If you have it on your iPhone, iPad, you are cooler than cool, and you should send us a picture of that, because for real, like, that's amazing. And also, we do have it available for free still on Android Google Play, so you can still download and enjoy our debut album completely free. It's called Last Words, and it's available in Android Google Play. The name of the app is The Band Famous. Oh, Xander's playing Mermaid Energy. Get it, okay. I don't even think I'm hearing anything.
Huh? No, you can keep your headphones on and everything.
Well, I'm not hearing anything, though, because
you don't need to. It's just for the audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should be able to hear it.
It's for them to hear.
Oh, what up? What up? We got VR TV Live in the house. Fun and success. Hey, thank you, and back at you, my friend. You rock, Ray. Seriously, like, I don't know. Did I cry yesterday? I might have cried a little bit. I did cry.
Sorry, I called you out.
Xander threw me under the bus. But no, when you donated even the first time, I was moved, and when you donated the second time, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, like we can still do this independent thing. Like, we do have fans and friends out there believing in us, like really seeing everything that we're doing and appreciating it. Like, I'm not gonna cry, but I am getting a little emotional. The music will go on, no matter what. Even if we, you know. Even if we tell them no, some might agree, some might disagree, that we turn down another major record label offer, but I don't know, if the terms and conditions were right, we might consider, but we're not going to compromise on our artistic integrity. We're not going to sell our souls, like, no. We're staying free. We're staying free, fam. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm a little emotional, maybe. So amazing. Oh, we have the best fans. Oh, thank you so much. I'm not crying, you're crying. Okay, maybe I'm crying a little bit. I'm so moved, though. You don't know. Yes, free mermaid energy. Ray said, I just blew up the Patreon a little bit with a bunch of likes. Oh, don't cry. You guys are sweet. You're sweet. Like, You don't know how much it means. I'll be real with y'all. It means everything. My Jeep just went off. My Jeep just went off. This isn't that bad. This isn't that bad, don't worry. Nurse Norell took good care of it. It means the world, though. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Heatwave for playing this on their radio. Sandra really put me on blast there, and so did Ray. I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I love you guys. Whew. That's okay. I can be a real human being. It's all good. It's been a lot. To be honest, this is the birthday month of my dad, who passed away a few years ago, so it means even more than usual. If you'll excuse me, one moment, fam. I'm not even gonna pause the stream, but pardon me 1 second. Yeah. Whew. Okay, I'm back. I'm good. Oh, I love you guys. I just have the best fans and friends. Y'all are my tribe, my chosen family. I love you so much. I won't lie and say I didn't cry a little bit. Obviously, I did on stream, but I'm just so grateful. And whew, it's been a bit. It's been hard work, and my dad's birthday was recently, April 1st. But he's working wonders for me on the other side. You're good. You're amazing, Ray. I love y'all. I love you so much. That's partly why I'm a little emotional, because I need that love right now. Thank you. That love heals me. That love speeds up this process so I can get back to kicking ass and taking names, so I still got this. Everything's good. I might even I don't know. I thought about doing some games today. I'm a little stuffy from pardon me.
If you don't want to sing, you can do that.
Yeah. I might sing if I stop crying. No one wants to hear me sing and cry. No, life is so good. Even if it's hard work, it's so good. Yes, fierce love. You are a fighter. You've got this. Damn right, Ray. Damn right. We do. I know many can relate to that inner warrior. I know life isn't kind to all of us, but many of us have lost people we love. Throw some heart emojis in that chat if you're still grieving someone that you loved that passed away. But if you're still kicking ass and taking names, I'm so proud of you. There's a lot of demons to slay, and it's tough work. You feel me? So let's fucking get it. Let's show them who's boss. Let's remind them. Love always wins. We're getting real today. Love always wins. Stay with me. Yes. And my heart is with you. And I know those you love that have passed away, they're with you too. And I hope you know that. I'll be right with you guys. I swear this could be a therapy day for all of us. Let me clear the pipes. A little bit. I'm in my feels right now. But I'm keeping it real. That's me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. You okay?
Yeah. This thing just...
Oh, the fan.
The
okay.
thing. That's fine. That's what I want.
I'm getting some lemonade if you guys want to know where I went. I'm okay. All right. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm okay. I was just getting a little lemonade. A little lemonade makes everything better. That was homemade lemonade. Shout out to Xander. He hand squeezed some homemade lemonade in the background. I just added a little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar. A little bit of sugar. But I'm not even sure. I'm playing something in the background, but I don't think you guys hear it because of how I have my settings. I tweaked everything. That's okay. We don't need it right now. But yeah, I was thinking about, I don't think I need to wear these headphones right now. I'm going to take it off. You guys can still hear me and everything. I'm using a different microphone.
Like mic, right?
Yeah. Ray says, "Nah, you're awesome. Your emotional intelligence makes you a great artist." Thank you, family. Thank you. You're just hitting all them heartstrings, aren't you? Go on, serenade me. I'm just kidding. You're hitting my heartstrings, though, fam. That means a lot. Pardon me, I think I bumped my nose ring, cleared the pipes a moment ago. Lemonade, cheers to Xander. Yes, it was lemonade, AID. I love that wordplay. That's awesome. You rock, Ray. You rock. You've been rocking with us for a long time, too, so it just... We know. We see you, and that's part of why I'm just so grateful. Y'all rule, man. I can't wait for y'all to hear Champion Mindset. Speaking of being a fighter. We keep on keeping on. Keep pushing towards the finish line. Some of y'all might have even heard it. I think I might have done some of it on
Patreon?
On live stream. I might have done some of it on Twitch again.
Okay.
I might have performed it first on Twitch. Champion Mindset. If you know, you know. If you don't know, you're gonna know soon. Don't worry. I'm actually gonna work on it a bit today.
Yep.
So.
Sure.
I'm gonna work on it a bit today for sure. Wow.
Tough.
It has been tough, but wow. I'm so grateful that if you see me looking away, it's because I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I got the chat over here so I can see y'all and get back, but yeah, I'm just so grateful. But if you do, for those of you who are Patrons, if you've been a Patreon for $10 is the amount that I'm asking to raise, excuse me, for the small order of CDs we're gonna make now of To Be Frank, because this was our second album, Awakening, and we're working on our third album, Dragonfly, and then we decided.
Show that CD.
Oh yeah, this is Awakening.
Well, the actual CD.
The actual CD.
Can you, like,
just open it up and stuff.
Yeah, put it in your lap. Put it in your lap and like show the actual, because it looks cool.
Okay. We're gonna show you what the CD looks like. This was a lot of work, and we still have a few copies that we'd be happy to sign.
Because it was a bunch of music videos too.
Yes.
And
Ray, you should send us your address, because we'll mail you a little gift package. You've supported us and bought our music before, and we'd be very happy to put a little gift package together and send you. And when we reach our goal on Patreon of creating the CDs To Be Frank, which again we were not planning to create any CDs of To Be Frank, but I read the censored version of the email from the censored European country / publications websites that want to review the physical copy. Like what I'm about to show you of our second album, they want of our 2.5 album. I'm calling it the 2.5 album. To Be Frank is the 2.5 album. Yep. It's not the second album or the third, it's in between. Right. But this is the second album, Awakening.
It's in between.
And this has 6 tracks, and including Promises, the track of the person I randomly connected with on Facebook, who happens to be a fan of the band Famous, and does E with his girlfriend with Promises every so often, and first heard it in a club in St. Louis. I'm still trying to figure out what the club was and who the DJ was, so I can personally thank them, and Xander can personally thank them, because that's so epic. And I just found that out yesterday. Yeah, isn't this cool? Yeah, we'd be happy to get you one. And it's got the track list as well. It's got 6 tracks. Excuse me.
Yeah, believe it or not, this EP went into the hands of some amazing people, and when we produced it in LA, it was like a whole huge, woo! It was wild.
Yeah.
And
wow.
Dragonfly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exciting.
That was a few years ago now. Maybe that's how it got to St. Louis somehow, because of the hands it got into in LA. I don't know. That's amazing. I hope we find out the club and the DJ, because I just want to thank them. That's so amazing. And I just can't believe how the universe works sometimes. The synchronicity that I would reach out to him because he's looking for petrified wood, and I happen to hand forage a bunch on my land, and he's like, holy shit, you're a member of TBF. And he's like, I gotta tell you this crazy story. And I'm like, oh my god. I'm moved. It's on our socials. I censored it, of course, to respect his privacy and everything, so. But, I'm moved. You guys can see it on our socials. And all of our socials are on our website, bandfamous.com. But yeah, this is the back. I'll show you. It is economical, because we're indie. But yeah, it is a great photo disc, and we are very grateful for the photography by a good friend in LA.
There were so many people that had helped us with all the music videos.
Yes.
Norell and I produced all the music, of course, but the music videos that we did for each track on this album had so many fun moments that involved so many people, and we were all over the place to do it, and it was just so fun.
It was amazing.
God. So, like, when you see Emotional Scatter, Norell's in the skate park. That's in LA. We were, she's skating around, like.
We didn't plan it either. We didn't reach out to that person in advance. His name was it Terrence or Terrell? Terrence?
I don't even
One
know.
of the two. It was either Terrence or Terrell.
I was like, do you want to be in a music video? He's like,
yeah, it was so random and spontaneous. We just went up to this awesome black dude who was skating, and we were like, hey, do you want to be in our music video? And he was like, sure. And he skateboarded. He's the skater in Emotional Scatter. Yep. I know we credited him somewhere. It's either Terrell or Terrence.
Yeah,
it's been so many years, but he's fucking awesome. But that was not planned. It was just like spontaneous, and he was not
afraid. And
afraid.
The Promises music video of the story, even the Promises music video is crazy because that has Minneapolis footage of like Nicollet Avenue when we were in Minneapolis, like our early days.
Promises or Laser Eyes?
One of the music videos on this album.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Well, one of the music videos on Awakening has...
Promises has some New York footage and New Jersey footage and Los Angeles footage because we lived in New York for a year. We lived in LA for like 6 years.
Yeah, so that album, the completion of that was like a milestone for us.
Yeah.
It was like a...
There's a lot of us in here. Some of the songs were even recorded. Well, yeah, let me see. Yeah, a couple of the songs were recorded before we even left for New York.
Yep.
Amazing. So this was really a journey, the awakening. As awakenings often are a journey. Always a journey. But we do have some of those left. And if you do want to become a Patreon, or if you've been a Patreon, because I know some of y'all have been a Patreon for many years, and please message us if it's added up to $10 yet, because if or when it does, or if it has already, we're sending you a gift package, which will include the final CD of our 2.5 album, To Be Frank, signed and autographed by us. And it will also include, as long as, first come, first serve until we run out, because we don't have that many left. But it will also include a signed copy of our second album, The Awakening EP. Again, our first album you can get for free if you don't have it already, if you have an Android device. The iPhone device is Legacy, so shout out to those of you who are rocking with us on the iPhone or iPad. Y'all are, like, seriously, send us proof and we'll send you a gift basket. Shit, that's so awesome. I'm not even kidding. So do that. It'll take us a little time to get there, but we do, like I said, we have some copies of Awakening still, and when we reach our goal, which it's not that much, it would take like, how many people? 20 people? What? Yeah. Oh, Xander's doing some promo in the back, but once we reach our goal, everybody's going to get a signed copy of To Be Frank, our 2.5 album, and if you contribute like 15 or more, we'll throw in Awakening. And again, Ray, we're sending you a gift basket. All you gotta do is send us. Yeah, you'll DM an address whenever you remember. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yes. So that's the plan. Once we reach our goal, like, you're definitely gonna be rewarded for helping us get to that goal, because we're not doing it alone. We are asking for help. But yeah, that's about it. That's what I wanted to say. So you can either give like $1 a month for 10 months, you know, maybe you've been rocking with us that long, then you already get one automatically, like, because it equates to the same thing to us, whether it's $10 a month or $1 a month for 10 months. Like, we'd usually rather have you with us like long term. So if that means $1 a month for 10 months instead of a one-time $10 a month, like, yeah, we're with it. We want you guys with us. So because it's more than just the money. Like, y'all are helping us with the Animal Rescue Sanctuary too. I don't even know if I said that right, since it's been a day. But y'all are helping with the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, and we couldn't do this without you. And like I said, we didn't put a budget out there for the 2.5 album to be put on a CD. Certainly not a vinyl LP, but we will eventually make a vinyl LP. One day you will have a vinyl LP from the band Famous. One divine day. I'm
gonna turn something on.
Yes. No problem.
No,
do you mind if I step aside? I gotta blow my nose again anyway. Yeah. Oh, nice.
Turn that light on.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. Don't go nowhere.
It kind of messes with the green
Xander,
screen. It messes with the green screen. I'm gonna make sure the audio and stuff is running good over here.
I think I'm done crying, so hopefully Great. All right. I'm back again. Just allergies combined with crying, not the best mix, but I'm done. I think I'm done crying here today. You guys got my heartstrings. I'm very, very grateful. Obviously grateful to the point of tears, but we don't need to spill any more of those. We'll just say cheers, and we'll have a good day. I'm just so grateful, and it's amazing that literally we are getting more than one bag of animal feed every month by the help of our Patreons already. Like, that's so incredible.
Oh, just kidding. Turn the pink light off. It completely messes the green screen, and I feel like a fool.
Oh, it does.
It does. I'm so sorry. I wanted it for a second.
Xander's trolling me.
I'm trolling myself.
Accidentally. There we go. We got the green screen back. We're back in space.
Mm-hmm.
We're back in space. Let's take a trip.
I was helping for a moment. I was like, yeah, let's
rocket ship.
Why was I not thinking for a moment?
I don't know. You're tired.
Goofy moments.
You do stupid things when you're tired and working too much. Take it from me. I get up multiple times a night sometimes dealing with the animals, the dogs that gotta go out for whatever reason, like 3 times a night. Like, that shit isn't cool. If you're expecting puppies, that's one thing, but mother lovers, stop messing with my beauty sleep. Oh, gosh. It's rough. It's rough out here. It's hard work being a rancher, but your girl's buff, though. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, look at those guns. I look like I could almost go in the UFC once this is off me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. Don't worry, I ain't coming for your belts, babies. I ain't coming for your belts. Not like that. I'm not ruling everything out, but we ain't doing that. No, it's all good. It's all good, y'all. Buff, baby. Right? It's that mermaid energy, I'm telling you. Xander's playing it again. He might be one of the biggest fans of that song. I love it. Every once in a while, I'll be out like door dashing, like making some extra money for the animals and everything, or for some grocery money or something, because it gets tight sometimes trying to do it all. It's just Xander and I, but yeah, on the upside, no gym membership required, baby. Look at those guns. But yeah, it's work, but we get through. Yeah, we got a friend that blessed us with some flowers that helps us a lot, helps us keep going. So it's tough out here. It's tough out here being a G, you know. It's that mermaid energy though, it keeps us going. And our fans and our friends. Ray, you're so awesome. It means the world that you're even here kicking it again today. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I like started to stream earlier and kind of trolled everybody and like, you know, was like, wait, not yet. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure if I should play some League of Legends, or if I should play some Dishonored 2, or if I should play some Cyberpunk, or if I should fuck around and do some music, or if I should do some tarot, which is another thing I could do. That's another thing I could do for Patreons is, and it's well below my rates if I am to give any readings, which your girl has given readings before. I gave readings at a Maria Shaw convention, and for a whole day, I gave like 20-minute readings for like $25 back in like, God, what was that? 2014, I think? 10 years ago? Wait, what? 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I gave spiritual, intuitive, tarot readings, psychic readings at a Maria Shaw convention in the Twin Cities. It was at in like kind of a convention room, and she had like a whole gem shop set up and everything, and there was a whole area. There were multiple readers there, not just myself, all kinds of readers, people that connect with the divine. I think they all did. I hope they all did, because I only met, I was gonna say I only fucks with, but that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. I'm being playful. The divine knows I'm being playful, but yeah, I channel with the Most High. I do not. Sorry, the devil tried to get me many times, and I'll keep turning that mother lover down. Okay, not interested. I'm a Jedi, baby. I'm a Jedi. Yep. If you didn't know, now you know. Your girl's a Jedi. But I thought about it, so I might as well. But I am missing one. Oh wow, I got a couple tissues here too. For my issues. I got some tissues for my issues, y'all. Allergies aren't fun, so don't judge. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, it's probably right into the microphone. Can we call that ASMR, or is that just rude? That was probably rude. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, allergies are kicking my ass, though. Allergies and emotions. But it's just emotions. No, I'm not going to let them take me over. I'm going to rise up. I'm going to be strong. I got the champion mindset, baby. Champion mindset. Here's the other one. Here's the other one I wanted to show y'all. I thought about it. So I might as well. For those of you that might want to, I don't know, even if it's like, I'll work with your budget. I'll do a 1-card reading for $10. If you give $10 on my Patreon, you can get, I'll do that in addition to a CD. If you want the CD too, I'm happy to. I'll channel with the Most High. I'll meditate. I'll trust me. I actually have some testimonials from people, and they're just like, how do you see my soul? Like, someone I did a meditation, and I saw all these colors around them, and they told me they actually had a photograph done of their aura, and I named all the colors that was like in their aura. And so it's like, your girl's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, okay? As Abraham Hicks would say. So anyway, a lot of y'all didn't know that about me, but just saying, there's a lot you don't know about your homegirl. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay. Ray says, okay, I have to do a few things outside, Jedi. Keep rocking that force. I'm gonna take you with on my phone on YouTube, but I gotta close my Twitch for now. You rock! Oh my gosh! And the party continues.
Okay, stay safe, brother. Love you, family. Thank you for rocking with us on Twitch, on the TBF network. You rule, dude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ray. Oh my gosh, so much love, so much love. You feel the love. You better feel that love. I'm sending it. I'm sending it. Xander and I both. You have no idea. I think you do have an idea though. All right, stay well, my friend. Awesome. Be safe. Sweet. Oh my gosh. So, but your girl is actually a real life Jedi. And I have helped people, and and I don't do like, oh my god, is he gonna come back to me? Like, that's not really my style of readings. Like, I might be able to help you out with something like that, but usually my style of readings, it's just like I ask the Most High, what is in your best interest to know? Like, what's for your best good, for your greatest good, and for the greatest good of all. I'm not looking for like I'm not a shallow reader. I don't know. No disrespect. I'm not throwing any other readers under the bus, but there might be some out there that will give you what you're looking for. But if you're looking for something really shallow, I'm not shallow. So, I go deep, and I give truth. So if I see positive, I mean, most of the stuff I get is positive, I feel like. But I mean, occasionally, I've seen things that have come up and they've been like warnings, because everything's fluid. Energy fluctuates. You can change the energy. You change your thoughts, you change your life. If you're hanging with the same, let's say you're hanging with the same 5 people, and all those people decide okay, this might be triggering for some, but I'm going to give an analogy, okay? So if you hang out with a bunch of people and they all decide they want to, do a certain drug that incapacitates them, we'll just say that, okay? And you're like, well, they're my friends, so I'm going to do it too, right? And you never change that, then you never change the energy of that, and like what is attracted to that, and like what happens because of that, the consequences of that, the relationships, how it affects everything in your life. But if you, and this is just an analogy, but if you, quote unquote, break up with those friends, you wish them well, you send them healing, you're like, I'm going to get clean. You could change your life and be an inspiration for others to change their life. And you could do anything you want to do with your life. Anything you want to do with your life at any time in your life. Any time in your life. Every time is now. If that makes sense. Every time is now. And this is like a free collective reading, but every time is now. And I just thought I would introduce a couple of the decks that I work with when I do tap in, tune in, turn on to a certain particular client, whether it's someone I know or don't know. After I've done the cleansing, because I do cleansing, I'll never do a reading in a dirty space. I always clean my home first, because cleanliness is godliness, as they say. And I'm not going to get all preachy, but I do tune in, I do tap in with the Most High. I do love God, and I do pray and bless everyone that I ever read for too. So that's just me. But I do prayers for every reading before I like mess with anything. I always pray. I always clear the space. I always ask for, just the whatever it is, it's for the greatest good of all. Like, it's not what I want to see. It's like, tell me what I want to see. It's like, no, tell me what I need to know to be the greatest version of myself, That's what I go for. So anyway, this is one I've had for a little bit, because I've had different decks over the years. In fact, I have a deck that I wish I still had, but I gifted it to someone, and I can't find it except for, like, used online, and that's, like, a deck called the Whimsical Tarot. So that was the first deck that I ever had. It was gifted to me by kind of a mother-in-law type figure, we'll say, kind of. But she introduced me to the tarot, and I was, like, in the 7th grade, I think. I was, like, maybe 12 years old, around there, 11 or 12, when I was introduced to the tarot. And I was gifted my own with like a little book that I could, understand to help me. And so that was really interesting. So shout out to, her name was Robin. Shout out to Robin, because she introduced me to the tarot. And the first deck that I'm holding here isn't even a tarot deck. This is actually an oracle deck, which it's the only oracle deck I own currently. I may or may not get more in the future, but again, limited budget. These are ones that I've acquired over the years. So I have the Sacred Destiny oracle deck, which I'll just show you. Looks like this. And it's a little heavy. I should switch. Your girl does too much, but it's all good. It's not that bad. It's healing good, but I'm still like, wait, give it a little more time. So this is what those look like. Is it in there right? Oh, it's upside down. I was like, wait a minute. I'm holding it upside down, that's why. I'm holding it upside down, so yeah, this is what they look like. This is the back side, of course. I'm not going to go through necessarily all of the cards and what they look like necessarily. Unless you guys really want me to and you ask me to in the chat, then I might. You know, just kind of show you or possibly do some kind of reading. I can do it, you know, for donation if you want to do it on the Twitch, or if you want to do a private reading, you can always email me, info@bamfamous.com. I also, this is one of my main decks. This is one of my main tarot decks I was really drawn to. Influence of the Tarot, or Influence of the Angels Tarot. And it's quite beautiful. And I'm actually an affiliate. I'd be more than happy to send you the link of where you can purchase, and you would be able to still support the Animal Rescue Sanctuary in that way. Because as an affiliate, I get, I don't know, some cents or something if you happen to buy based on the link that I send you. So that is amazing. But yeah, these cards are absolutely gorgeous. They're blue and they're like a shiny gold and just, I love this deck. I love this deck. It won't take much twisting of my arm if you guys want like a card of the day for the collective or something. I don't know. That I might do for free. We'll see. We'll see. Only by request if I read it in chat or someone pays to say it in the donation feature. Either way, that is there. Yeah. So that's one of my main decks that I use. I love this deck. This is another one that I use, Tarot of the Divine. And it comes with a very helpful little book. And I have even another deck I'll show you that I use for like clarification that was gifted by a girl I dated actually many years ago. But every book is kind of unique sometimes in the ways in which they interpret the cards, or like there's a certain message. The way that it's written for that particular deck is different than another deck or a universal deck, if that makes sense. So like I've gotten very clear messages, for example, just by like some, like I get an intuitive message. I always go with my intuition first and foremost, and then I kind of confirm or follow up with what the book says, because the book has its own message for each card. So anyway, yeah, I'll show you the bottom of the deck is the Strength card. Look at that. I love this deck as well. This deck is very nice. It's very flexible. It's really nice on the hands, and it's beautiful. Look at that. It's got like the phases of the moon almost. That's what it reminds me of. So yeah. I don't know if the lighting is the best, but it's a really pretty blue. Really pretty blue and white. That is the Tarot of the Divine. And I have another crazy deck that I sometimes use. I even have runes. I have runes as well. And I have angel stones. Your girl goes pretty deep sometimes, as necessary for the greatest good. Sometimes it is required to dive deep. Trust me when I say, sometimes it is required to dive deep. So, that's Dad's. This is mine, and this is mine. This is where I keep my runes. They're amethyst runes. I generally pull one. Those are for my more elaborate readings, which I require a minimum donation of $25. And it's just kind of like a general past, present, future, like, you know, based on the energy. And then an oracle card, and I sometimes will like just pull like a current energy with, or clarify with other decks. Yeah, and then I also have, this was actually for Cardamancy. This is a deck owned by one of my angels in heaven. My grandfather. He used to play solitaire and all kinds of things on those cards. So those I carry with me, and sometimes I'll consult them and clarify and do reads and things based on that. Oh wait. This is actually Xander's deck that I gifted him. he has one of my grandfather's cardamancy decks as well, so that's why I thought it was mine for a moment. It got put with my stuff. There we go. Where'd she go? Here she is. Here's the other one that I sometimes consult for additional clarification where it's needed. But again, for just a $10 donation, it would just be a 1-card spread. Like I would do the card that I pull after I meditate, cleanse, and channel and pray and everything. And I would pull a card on the energy, and then I would also read it with the card on the bottom of the deck, which is what's called the shadow card, and often gives insight into the reading. So that's my 1-card reading. For a minimum donation of $10, you can claim that. You just have to email me or message me or somehow get it to me. But this is what the Celestial Tarot looks like. You'll notice they're all blue. I don't know. It's not even my favorite color. My favorite color, it's kind of a tie between green, blue, and purple. But green is probably my favorite because it reminds me of my grandfather, because that was his favorite color, and he's one of my angels as well. So yeah, but like green, blue, and purple are definitely favorite colors. But oh, hi, Silas. Oh, he brought the wolf dog inside. One of our rescues. Very sad. Most of his siblings did not make it. I think it was partially due to negligence. But so he definitely was a rescue in that instance, and he was one of the ones that did survive. We're so grateful because he's a very special soul. Xander just
do something happy.
But yeah, he's with us. He's amazing. That is happy.
Oh.
But yeah, this is the other deck that I sometimes use as needed, depending on how deep we go, and that's the Celestial Tarot, which I have the little book here. It looks like that. It's got like a little Sagittarius, Centaur, or no, person riding a Pegasus or something. I don't know. It's different. It's very different. For example, here's the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom of that deck. See how different it is? I'm putting it off the screen. But yeah, these are like, they feel very much tied with astrology and like astronomy, because some of them are like constellations. It's crazy. Like, I would show you the High Priestess card, but I think it would breach terms because there's some nudity. This one is, it's crazy. It's a crazy deck. But, yeah, there's a lot of,
Can you hand me my shoes?
Oh,
They're
wow,
under my
there's
desk.
a lot of nudity in this deck. Yeah.
Please. Por
Your
favor.
shoes are here. Right there?
Yep. I'm gonna go get the rest of those.
Cool, cool. But yeah, so those are my decks that I currently have and work with.
Come on, Vlad.
And those are also services that I can provide as a token of appreciation for your support of not only the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, but if you do give $10 to help with the CDs that we're now trying to make for our second EP, To Be Frank. Excuse me. Our 2.5 EP. Our second EP is The Awakening. I said that because the Awakening EP is still in front of me. Our second EP. That is so funny. Oh my goodness. But yeah. Currently working on a song called Champion Mindset. Some of you may have heard it here on Twitch already, because I do remember... I don't know, I've done more with it though. I've added guitar and stuff, so I don't know if I did that on live. I don't think I did. So you may have heard parts of it. You may have heard like a rough draft of Champion Mindset, but it it definitely changed from whatever you may have heard. Just know that it changed. I'm gonna put these all in here for now. There we are. But yeah, I'd also be happy to take anyone's questions, free of charge, of course. If you have any questions, you can type them out in the chat, and I'd be happy. Just keep it family friendly is all I ask. I know there's a parental advisory, and you know, If you know, you know, but let's keep it family friendly. But, yeah, so, again, like I said, we do have the Awakening EP, still a few copies left. I don't remember exactly how many, more than 4, but more than 10, maybe 10. I don't know. There's a handful of these left still that you can still claim, because if you are a Patreon for $10, you will be contributing then to the EP To Be Frank, our 2.5 album being made into a CD, kind of like this. And you will get one of those signed and autographed. And if you make it 15, we'll throw in an Awakening EP and mail them both an additional swag that we're going to send regardless. If you don't send it, you know, if you only do 10, you're still getting additional swag. But if you want another CD as well, make it 15 and we'll ship it to wherever you're located. Just send us your address. And but it'll be when the EP's completed, when the CD's completed, the EP is completed. It's been it's now being requested as a CD to be reviewed in a country in Europe, and we are beyond grateful. And that's the only reason we're trying to make CDs now, because it was, again, not our intention. This was like an in-between the second album and the third album, so that's why we're calling it the 2.5 album. But it's the EP To Be Frank. So we're working on it. We'll get there, and it's going to be very exciting to share when and where it is reviewed, when it happens. And it's going to be with the help of our Patreons, who are also supporting our Animal Rescue Sanctuary, because everything we do, every music sale, every art sale, everything goes into the Animal Sanctuary, because it is so much work, and we got a lot of mouths to feed, and I'm just being real. I'm so grateful to our Patreons. And if you have given at least $10 on Patreon or otherwise, send us an email, info@bandfamous.com. So we probably know about it. We pay attention to who supports us, and we're so grateful. And we're already planning a gift basket for our friend Ray, like we said. So he's going to send us our address. And yeah, we're just happy. We're just excited. Champion Mindset, Xander's loving it already, and he's like, it's another bop. So shout out to Xander for the encouragement. I really appreciate it. I am going to grab a sip. I'll be right back, fam. Whoopsies. Here we go. I'll be right back, fam.
Slow down, please.
Yep.
Slow down, please. Try not to break it.
Thank you. Awesome. Oh, your girl just needed some lemonade. So refreshed. Oh, I hope you guys are refreshed. If you're not refreshed, please take a moment and get refreshed. Please, please. But yeah, shout out to everybody rocking with me on TBF Network, and listen to me ramble for however long I've been with you guys. I don't even know. An hour and a half? Oh wow, 1:33:11 on the clock when I looked. That was cool. 1:33:11. Shout out to my numerology buffs. I'm not even sure what that all means altogether, but I like it. I think it means something nice. I like 1 and 3. But yeah, numerology is cool. Synchronicity is cool. Like I said, it's just wild. Like I randomly reach out to someone that I saw in a Facebook group, another part of the country, and they like were super excited, and they were like, "You're a member of TBF, oh my god." And they had a story and everything, and it's amazing to hear that our music is meaningful to some people out there, that some amazing people and some incredible, man, we just have some incredible fans all around the world, and we're just so grateful. It's very humbling, and I stay humble. I'm so grateful. Don't matter how hard life has been. Doesn't matter how hard I've been beat up or, you know, I've had to get back up and keep fighting. I'm just so grateful. And just to have y'all here with me. But yeah, if you have any questions for me, as a matter of fact, you're welcome to, if you want to type your question out on Twitch, or if you want to call me on like Instagram, _band_famous, and keep it family friendly, of course. But if you have any questions for me or want to call in and say hi on the stream, you're more than welcome. So just do a little video call on Instagram. I don't always answer video calls, I'll have you know, on Instagram, but I'll make an exception while I'm live. If you call while I'm live and have a question or just want to say something or share a comment, as long as you're respectful, just keep it, you know, within Twitch's guidelines. Keep it
the network's guidelines.
Keep it keep it within the network's guidelines, wherever you're wherever you're enjoying us. Thank you for enjoying us, seriously. But yeah, you're welcome to call in and say hello. And oh, shout out to Ray. He's definitely getting a gift package. He became a Patreon today. And thank you. Bless our friend, the Most High, bless us all. That's so amazing. Oh, I'm so touched right now. Y'all are the best. That was amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful. You guys rule. Best freaking fans. I can't wait to share Champion Mindset with y'all. Y'all are champions too. I already know. You're gonna be rocking to this one. You're gonna feel this one. I feel it too much sometimes. I'm just like, damn. Why did I write these lyrics again? They're too real. No, I'm just kidding, but you'll see what I mean. It's a warrior mindset. It's a champion mindset. It's a fighter mindset for sure. I was telling Xander, because we were watching the UFCs recently, like the recaps and everything, and I was just like, man, it would be a dream come true if like a warrior like walked out on a UFC fight with champion mindset, or like even emotional scatter, like rise up, be strong, you know, like whatever song might hype them up, I guess. But I think champion mindset would be fitting because of the lyrics, because of the, you'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna do this one right. I'm gonna send it in advance to some folks, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna do this one right. I'm taking my time with it. Because we're so grateful for the successes we've gotten, and it's just inspiration. It's fuel for the tank to keep going. So who knows? Sky's the limit.
Yep.
But if I haven't made it clear, I'm definitely not signing any deals with the devil. Well. So. But we're not turning down record labels, and definitely we're not burning any bridges. We're not burning any bridges.
We just want to stay independent, is all.
But we want to stay independent.
The rebranding is not up for debate.
The rebranding is not a discussion or debate, like Xander just said. Yeah. So there is no rebranding. Maybe it was just a copy paste error. It feels like it because it was very Mercury retrograde. You know, it's Mercury retrograde right now. And rushing us to sign a contract in Mercury retrograde, I mean, we're pretty stubborn, so that's probably not going to happen.
Nope.
But, you know, come at us another time, and we can talk about it. You know, maybe. It depends if,
Numbers got to be right.
The terms have to be right.
To be right.
We haven't even, show us a contract that says we're in control of our music, we own the masters of our music, we don't need to rebrand, we can continue being authentically the band famous. That is our brand, being authentic.
Sure. The rebrand is just not it's not up for debate.
The rebrand is not up for debate. The artistic integrity is not up for debate. We're never going to be anybody's puppets. We are the band famous. We are ourselves.
Because then,
we're not a political figure. We're not getting behind any political parties.
Nope.
We're not getting paid to advertise such and such during the Super Bowl or whatever, you know. Again, we're not burning bridges. We're not turning down opportunities. But if it doesn't sit right with our soul, if it doesn't have the right terms and conditions, if it doesn't respect us as just the authentic artist that we are, doesn't ask us to change, you know, or asks us to change, like, we're not doing it, you know, period. But,
what you see is what you get.
Yeah, what you see is what you get. And if you're rocking with us, then you're rocking with us, and hey, let's party.
Yep.
But, yeah, don't be like, oh, make better music, and it's like, we're literally turning down labels. So it's like, maybe reconsider how you approach us, you know? Because some people might like us more than you'd like to admit. Some people might hate us too. You know, everybody has their haters. They say if you don't have haters, it's because you're not doing anything. You're not stepping on anyone's toes. You're not stirring any pots. You're not shaking any tables. So, yeah, let the horses out the stables. We're having fun. We're ourselves. We're not doing it to be sellouts, you know? If you feel me, you feel me. But, yeah. If you guys, I'm looking over occasionally to make sure I'm not missing any questions in the chat. If you guys have any, I'll be happy to answer, as long as they're family friendly and respectful, of course. And, yeah. But seriously, wow, we're so grateful. Oh my gosh, shout out to Ray. So he became a Patreon today. I was talking about becoming a Patreon and helping us raise money for not only continuing the Animal Sanctuary, but for a limited time we're raising a little money to help us make a small number of CDs. Now that it's been requested, I read the email on the stream, on the network, you know, to the network. And I'm censoring it for fun, because it's like, we're one of the most censored bands, so why can't we do some censoring? I'm gonna do it, you know, shit. Uncensor the Band Famous. Speaking of which, uncensor the Band Famous. Uncensor the Band Famous. Uncensor the Band Famous. We made a documentary. We got another one we're working on. Shout out to Avrip over in Australia. He's a awesome dude, and he actually put out an article that unveiled the documentary that we're working on, so you can check that out. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube, the Band Famous TM, bandfamous.com. You can find us pretty easily as well on there, as well as everywhere. Bandfamous.com. You can find us everywhere. We've been everywhere, man. No, but we kind of have, at least in the U.S. I've been everywhere, but you know, I'd love to do a world tour one day, but we gotta not go to war, we gotta not blow it up, so we'll see. You know, I'm hoping that, you know, music and art heals, so that's what we're doing. We're doing our part, trying to curb the warfare, trying to transcend something beautiful, trying to get our music out there. You know, there's a country in Europe that wants to review a CD. To be frank, we're going to try to do it then. And thank you to Ray and everyone on Patreon. We have quite a few of y'all. We're probably close to 2 bags of animal feed a month now. Shit. That's so amazing. We're probably close to 2 bags of animal feed just from the help of our Patreons. Like, that is humbling. I'm still going to go out there and bust my ass. I did this again, changing the oil. I was having a hard time. Because your girl changes the oil. That's right. I do a lot. I've changed to flat. It's a lot harder by myself, but I can do it. I've done it. Xander's proof. I've done it completely by myself. I've changed a flat tire. I've changed the oil completely by myself. I've changed the oil filter completely by myself, which I couldn't do this time because I banged my hand too good on the frame trying to unloose the thing. But yeah, I've cleaned a chicken on my own. Even if I prayed and cried the whole time I was doing it, it was grisly. But I did it once. I think I did it twice, even maybe 3 times.
Yep. First time, and then C, and then yeah.
Yeah, but I still, you know, it's very Native American. It's very spiritual. It's very. I mean, I look at it at least the way our Native American brothers and sisters do. I look at it in that way. That's what I mean to say. Because, you know, some of them, you know, I raised them and they've been with us for a while, and some of them we adopted and they've been, you know, they're almost on their way out when we get them. So it's like, of course they're going to pass away within a year or 2. They're not going to live very long. That's why they're rescues. That's why we're taking them in, so someone doesn't just eat them, you know? Which, I mean, eventually when they pass of natural causes, which is what happened, I cleaned on at least 3 occasions. I've cleaned 3 animals that passed away of natural causes. One of them was egg-bound. That happens occasionally. It's just nature. Yeah, it just happens sometimes. And I don't know. I don't say it gets easier. It's like I still am sad whenever an animal passes, but like I also know that that's part of the divine circle of life. And it's like, I kind of believe like when people pass away, they're it's not like they just go poof, they're gone, YOLO, you know. No, actually your soul has been around, like most of us. There's some new souls, but there's a lot of old souls, and your soul's been around. Your soul's got some experience you have deep down. You don't know where it came from. It's from past lives, yo. It's from other things, like even whatever. I won't go that deep, but regardless, I believe our animals often, like our humans, we'll say, can become angels. Doesn't mean they all do. They don't all become angels. They don't all, you know, go to heaven or hell or whatever. But some of them do become angels and guides, and some of them stick around and visit and make themselves known and leave little messages and communicate, you know, in many ways. In dreams, in fact. Speaking of dreams, I had some crazy freaking dreams last night. It looks like my stream restarted. No, it didn't. Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me? I don't know if that's accurate. Hang on. Let me check something real quick. Pardon me. I don't think I missed anybody in the chat. I'm just checking. Hang on, real quick. My allergies. Give me one moment.
Okay.
Alright. There we go. It looks like it refreshed. I don't know. My stuff was doing something weird, but it looks like it's back. Anyways. What was your homegirl saying? Just how much I love you guys? Probably. I don't know. I was talking about something. But yeah, I glanced. I didn't see everything, but I did see that it looks like Ray looked at one of the baking videos I shared on Patreon, because you don't just get like music and like animal updates and like ranch behind the scenes, but you get all kinds of stuff on our Patreon. I'm actually sharing chapters of my book there. I really need to add more chapters. I'm working on it, fam. It's a little tricky. I can kind of do it though. I almost was gonna not wear this for the stream, but I was like, oh, it still feels very, very bruised and kind of hurts if I move my hand too much a certain way. So I was like, let me just put it on and just humble myself that, hey, you girls, not at 100% maybe, because I've been grinding too hard. I beat myself up because I'm a frickin' workaholic. There is such thing as being a workaholic to a detriment. Okay, don't be like me. I mean, be like maybe whatever good character traits I might have, but don't be like workaholic me, that like you don't get enough sleep, but you still work yourself into the ground even on like not enough sleep. And I've been trying to eat good, like I said, I mean, I'm buff. I'm not like I feel like I'm fit. I've been trying to get my booty back because Xander says I was losing my ass because I was working so hard. My butt was going away. So I'm trying to keep that, you know. Trying to keep that going. I don't want to get rid of that. Gosh. I mean, as long as I can remember, that's been one of my staple features. Like, whether I like it or not. So, don't go nowhere on me now, homegirl. Stay there, Missy. Trouble. No, I'm just kidding. Call my ass trouble. No, I'm just playing. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I decided to stay home and not DoorDash today, though. I was gonna go DoorDash today. I'm gonna grind it out, but it's like, by taking a couple of days off from DoorDash, which is nice. Shout out to DoorDash. You can be an independent contractor and do whatever the fuck you want. Like, I grinded hard enough, so now I'm like one of their top dashers, and I can literally get on the schedule whenever the F I want. So I almost went today, even though it was like I was on the fence about it. And I got in the Jeep and started it and everything. I was like gonna go. I'm so glad I stayed. I could have easily made $100 if I grinded. Easily. But it's like, it's a drive to get there. Because where I dash is not where I live. It's like, it's a drive. It's a commute. It's a couple hours at least. And so there's that. And then there's all the driving for the work. So it's like, you know, gas and everything. I mean, like, I could easily make $100+. But I mean, there is obviously expenses and time and energy for the commute and everything. And it's like, oh, was your girl really feeling it today? No, I've been a little beat up. All right, but champion mindset. I gotta keep pushing forward towards the finish line. So that's what I'm doing. But a smart warrior, and I've had to humble myself because I haven't been that bright when it comes to this. Okay, but a smart warrior knows when they need to take time to rest. And you should also know, and I'm a great example of this, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So you, as much as you want to help XYZ or do this for this and this, whew, damn, I'm making myself tired just thinking about that right now. But no, real talk, you got to make sure that you're not pouring from an empty cup, because if you aren't, like, you can only meet people like where you're at, you know? So think of it like a marathon. Like, if we're well nourished, we're well rested, you know, we've been training, we're probably going to be further along in that marathon. All right, and go us if we're that person, right? But if we're, you know, if we're, I don't know, you can push yourself to the point of injury. We'll just put it that way, and then you're not going to be that person at the front of the marathon. You're going to be going a lot slower, and not getting the time your ego might want you to get. All right, I said it. I said it. Okay. So that's just an analogy. You don't want to. I mean, let go of the ego regardless, but like, you don't want to work yourself to the point of injuring yourself. Like, I'm guilty of sometimes doing. This is like the second time I've injured myself, just because I've been burning the candle at both ends, just because I haven't really taken days off. Because even the, hi girls, because even the days that I take that are off, I'm still ranching, I'm still doing resource runs, I'm still carrying heavy bags of feed, heavy 5-gallon waters. Even with this, I'm like, you know, hard doing it. The other day I moved a pretty big propane tank that was full, and I did it like with my one arm, and I was like, okay, I might have fucked myself up there, like that wasn't smart. But I was like, it was fresh after the hand injury, so I couldn't do a lot with it at that point. So I was like, okay, you know, I'll just do what I can. But there is a point of doing too much. So again, it feels so good that I could take a day, quote unquote, off, because I already did some ranch work. I made sure I took, before I was going to go DoorDash, because I was going to do that, and I talk about it in the documentary. We'll get back to that in a moment as well. But, you know, I got up this morning, I went out. The first thing I did, I'll tell you how my day went, how my day's gone until I, you know, got to you guys and gals and non-binary pals, wherever you stand on the spectrum. I love you all. If you're a good person, you're in my circle. And that's a fluid term, but either way, I start my day, I go outside. First thing I do is check on the baby chicks. I turn their little heater off, because they're good, alright? I refill, I reset their water, their feeder, I got little nutrients I add to the water, and I shake it up before I put it on the little water feeder thing I got for them. It's like a drip irrigation system. So, it, you know, anyway, little feeders. And I reset the food feeder, and I give them all a little bit of love, so they're not so, like, skittish and scaredy cats, because they're pretty scared. And sometimes we'll bring them in and, like, you know, joke that they're going to be our house chicken, which could happen. Don't let them run off.
Oh, Silas is leashed.
Okay, good. All right. Sometimes the boys will be boys, man, and they'll just like, they're on the run, you know. I don't know. We keep, yeah. Anyway, so that's how my day started. It started with the chicks, and then it moved to the rabbits. I reset all their waters. I did their compost, I did their food, and then it moved to the chickens, ducks, rooster, and one coop, because we got to separate the roosters, because apparently one of them turned out to be really fucking mean. But it's good because he protects all of his girls, but it's bad because he's a bully. So we separate the sweet rooster, which we've even joked about taking in as like our house rooster, and like letting him free range, and just like I even joked about having him in bed. But I am that crazy. Try me. Oh man, it makes me teary-eyed. I love my animals. I love my Patreons helping me care for my animals. I can't believe we've almost got 2 bags of feed just from the help of our Patreons every month, and we've got a lot of animals. We've got 2 coops of live flock, and also live flock. No, all flock, whatever. We've got chickens, ducks. We've rescued some ducks. We've rescued some roosters that probably were going to be someone's meal. It was around Thanksgiving or so, I think. That might be ones that even, some of them are no longer with us because they died of old age. But we've rescued roosters, we've rescued ducks, we've got chickens, and the chickens actually, not only do we eat the eggs, but we feed the eggs to the dogs, and also our turtle Jessica that we rescued. She's a rescue. She eats eggs, like scrambled eggs. So the eggs are for everybody. It helps the rescue. And we love the chickens. Did you know, as I sidetrack, as I digress real quick, it's been scientifically proven that chickens cure depression. That is wild. And mental health is important. So if you can, maybe get a chicken. I'm just saying. Skip the antidepressant and get a chicken.
It's all the move.
It's crazy to imagine, but yeah, chickens cure depression. It's scientifically proven. You put like depressed people around chickens, and their mood elevates. Like they're happy. You can't really. It's hard to not be happy when you have chickens. I don't know how to explain it. They're just little like. They're little wizards, little wizard dinosaurs that cure depression and give you eggs. I don't know. They're amazing. I love chickens. Shout out to chickens. I love Ruru. Hi, Zion. I love this Doberman. He loves eggs too, and he loves the chickens too. We can let him in the coops, and he's so gentle. He doesn't hurt anyone.
Well,
but
he's been trained.
He's been trained. True.
He's gentle because he's trained.
He's a good boy.
Unfortunately.
Oh, Xander brought some of our beasts in. It's awesome.
And some other chickens. It's okay.
Yeah. But what else? What else? So yeah, we've rescued ducks, roosters, turtles, dogs. We rescued cats. We rehomed them. They had kittens actually because we had boy cats of our own. Let me see. Oh, give me a second.
Stop pushing past me, girl.
There. Sorry, my allergies were getting me again. I cried a little earlier on stream. That didn't help the allergies. It made me have the sniffles for quite a bit. But I think I'm done now. I'm pretty sure I'm done crying, at least. I cried because I was just so happy. I was literally moved to tears. And I might have cried a little bit, too, because it's the month of my Heavenly Father's birthday. He was born April 1st. He passed away a few years homeless from cancer, but he didn't die on the streets. He died in a hospital. So there's that. But he's in heaven now, and he's one of my angels. And I've been doing a lot of baking in his honor.
Louder. Do you
A
want to go
lot
check
of
outside?
baking in his honor.
Do you want to go check?
I've made
so. Do you want to go check outside? Okay.
Love you, Zion.
Okay, go check.
Go check. So yeah, in my father's honor, I've actually been doing a lot of baking. I've had so much fun. I've made like wild berry mixed berry muffins, like blueberry, what is it? Blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, sometimes raspberry, but not always. But I like to, and of course, classic blueberry muffins. I've been doing a lot of that. I haven't made a video yet about it, but I might. Let me know if you guys want me to. I'll put it on Patreon for $1 a month. There's a lot of perks. Some of them you have to pay $3 a month to unlock or more, but you can get a lot for even $1 a month. That helps us so much at patreon.com/thebandfamous. And again, we are trying to raise close to $200 for a specific CD production order of our 2.5 album, To Be Frank, to be on a CD, because we had no intention of putting it on a CD. It was just like beat tracks in between our second and third albums. We're like, okay, 2.5, let's put out this EP. It's called To Be Frank. It's available everywhere. But now we have a country in Europe that wants to review the physical copy. They were like a CD or a vinyl LP. I don't know I can't see it right now.
How's your production window looking? Everything good? Chat, numbers?
Seems good.
Okay.
What about yours?
My previews are not doing good now.
Really?
They don't reflect that over there? No?
I see a good amount, yeah.
Oh, great. No worries to me then.
Yeah. There was a moment where
Can you put those shoes over there?
where it dropped way down, and I was like, that doesn't look right, and then it went way up.
It looks like one of your broadcasts has ended. It's fine. The others are going. Keep going.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's been almost 2 hours.
Right.
Thank you to everybody that's been rocking with me and hanging out. Shout out to Ray. Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't even believe it. Just by you becoming a Patreon today, Ray, we're almost 2 bags of animal feed a month now. Like, definitely we were at least one bag of animal feed a month before, but now, depending on the feed we're buying, some is more expensive than others. Like dog food is more expensive than like a bag of cracked corn, for example. But we could probably get 2 bags of cracked corn every month with your now that you've become a Patreon in combination with all of our Patreons. Like that's so amazing. And we definitely want to put a gift basket together for you, for the donations, for the support of our music, just rocking with us for so many years. So many years. I'm pretty sure you were rocking with us before we even made the band famous. You supported the art and like the experimental like solo music. Solo I think you were at my first solo artist performance ever. Where one of my friends, I know she came from a few hours out of town. Shout out to Justina, my nin. She drove a few hours to be there, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong sometime, you don't have to do it right now, whatever you're doing, but I think you might have been at the very first, where I premiered, I did an Amy tribute, I did an Amy Winehouse tribute, I sang a couple of her songs a cappella. I think I did You Know I'm No Good, followed up with Wake Up Alone, because I was like telling a story. It's like, well, you wake up alone if you treat your partner bad, kind of thing, right? So I was like, and I love Amy, but I was like, let me be poetic about how I tribute her. So I was like, I started out with her, You Know I'm No Good, and I ended it with Wake Up Alone. And then after that, I premiered for the first time ever before an audience that wasn't like a choir performance, because I think I did that even after this, because I sang it in another choir I was in. But I performed an original song called Adaptation for the first time ever, and I sang it a cappella, and I believe Ray was there that night. I think I gave him a CD, as a matter of fact. It was probably like some cover songs or something. If I got it wrong, let me know, but I'm pretty sure that happened. Amazing times. That was over a decade ago for sure. That was, oh my gosh, that was more like probably 14 years ago. 13 years ago. It's been a while.
It's been bopping for a while.
It's been bopping for a while. He's been rocking with us for a long time. May the Most High shine upon you. Bless you, brother. Love you, family. That means so much. Like, that's part of the reason I was moved to the Point of Tears. Because it's just like, man, my chosen family's the best. Our tribe rocks, man. We're so happy for those that are in our circle, for no matter where you are around the world. Like, we're just so grateful that our music could touch you in some way, that anything we do could touch you in some way, like our art, whatever we're doing. If you're hanging out with us when we're playing games, if you're hanging out right now when I'm just talking, it's so amazing. I'm just beyond grateful, really. Oh my goodness. I'm just I don't know what to say other than thank you to everybody. It's been I know what I meant to tell you guys about, and I was like, we'll get to that. But I talked a lot about documentary, and Ray even brought it up on stream yesterday when he donated that he saw the historic documentary that he called it. Thank you, Ray. And was like, long live the band famous, I think, with the second donation. Thank you, Ray. It means the world. But yeah, you guys can see it too. We've got it actually when you go to bandfamous.com, there's a little friendly pop-up, and it invites you to become a Patreon if you want to help us make a small number of CDs so we can get that over to the country in Europe that is waiting to review a physical copy of our CD or vinyl LP, which one day we do want to give you guys a vinyl LP. We do want to make a vinyl LP. It'll happen someday in the future. We might have to crowdfund for it because they're expensive, but it'll happen. Unless there is a record label that will work with us and let us be us and let us own the controls and masters and not try to rebrand us and not try to enslave us, but just, be a genuine partner. Like, help us get some, placements in movies and video games and get my song in a UFC fight, like, let's see it happen. But if the terms and conditions aren't right, then we're doing it organically, and we're still doing it regardless. We're doing it. So one day it's going to happen. One day we're going to make a vinyl LP. But with your help, hopefully soon we will make a CD of our 2.5, not our second, not our third, but our 2.5 album called To Be Frank, which again, we had no intentions of ever making CDs of that album. But now that it's been requested, it's like we'd be fools not to do what we have to do to make that happen. And if it means humbling ourselves and making another tier on Patreon and being like, yo, we need help doing this because we're tight with everything we're budgeting every month with the bills and all the animal feed and all the gas to run and for resources and water and everything and hay, it gets tight. So I'm here, I'm asking for your help graciously, and I'm so grateful for those of you that have already stepped up and have been helping, been supporting. Man, you have no idea how much fuel you put in our tank. Oh, I think I need another drink, fam. If you'll give me one moment. I'm gonna go to a pause screen, and I'll be back with y'all in just a few minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna have a little snack, a little drinky drink, and non-alcoholic. No shade if you are having alcoholic right now. You know, just stay safe. But I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I will talk to you soon, and I'll be right back.
Woot woot, I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me too much. I totally made a little root beer float.
Are you unmuted?
I am unmuted.
Okay, just a friendly
Yep.
reminder.
I made a little root beer float. We actually got this ice cream.
I have one too.
Xander had one too. He was like,
has one.
he's having one right now. We just made some. We got this ice cream. It's really good. It's not very kind to me, but I still enjoy it once in a while. It makes me a little sinusy, hence the allergies. But I'm okay, and I still gotta treat myself sometimes. So it's a root beer float ice cream, and we got some root beer. So we made a root beer float with the root beer float ice cream, and so far, it's pretty delish. But I thought I'd come enjoy it with y'all. So, I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. I'm so grateful that I stayed here and hung out with you guys instead of breaking my back. I needed a break from DoorDash today. This is much better, having a root beer float with y'all. I'm telling you what. I think I had a little background music, but I don't know if you guys can hear it, but that's okay. We're vibing either way.
For the sake of the stream, I'd like to show other people in case they want to have this exact here. It's empty. It's
okay.
Like, you can show it to the camera.
This is the
exact ice cream we're eating.
Exact ice cream, and we paired it with A&W root beer.
Hold
root
that.
Beer float.
With this.
And Daddy's gonna hold that in the frame. There you go. Just push it a little more. There you go. Together.
Yep, together.
It's heavenly.
So that's what we're having right now in this moment.
10 out of 10 would recommend. Yep.
If you don't like root beer,
I would do it again.
be
If you don't like root beer, you might not like it. But if you like a root beer float,
yep.
The ice cream by itself is good, but even paired with the root beer, I'm like, yep, another level. That is really tasty, fam. Sometimes I gotta DoorDash just so I can buy nice little things like this. Because I'm like, okay, all the animals are good. I'm like, ooh, dang, we're a little low on groceries. Alright. I go out there and I hustle. And yes, I just declined like $18,000 plus, but the terms and conditions weren't quite right, so maybe next time.
But you earned a root beer float.
Yep.
Sorry, it's not $18,000.
I know. I'm sorry, it's not $18,000 plus
but
dollars
a root beer
too.
Float is.
That would help the animal rescuer. That would help so much. We would be like, holy smokes! Everything we've produced on such a budget, like that would be insane.
Can't imagine.
But you know, if the terms and conditions were right, we might have said yes. There's some weird stuff going on though, so I don't know. Still grateful though.
Well, you earned your root beer float.
I feel that I earned my root beer float as well. As did you, Xander.
Hey, we earned a root beer float.
We earned our root beer float.
It feels good. You know, it's one of those in the moment.
We don't do these like hardly ever.
I can't even think of the last year I did it.
It's probably been a year since, at least a year since we've had a root beer float, at least.
This little part of ice cream. Why are you looking at this is hand sanitizer? No, stop.
I wish I could share this experience with y'all more. I wish you could taste this. It's so good. But we did eat all the ice cream, so we'd have to get more. But it's very good. I definitely recommend if you can find that ice cream. It's a root beer float flavor. And then you pair
that
it.
ice cream? No, I'll say
I did earn this ice cream. Thank you.
Sorry, it's not 18,000. So.
I'm sorry it's not 18,000 too, but you know. Some friends misunderstood and they were like, "Oh, congratulations!" And we're like, "Oh."
A lot of my friends misunderstood.
We were like, almost. Some people got pretty upset, seemingly too, that we said no. But I don't know. Our artistic integrity, our souls aren't for sale. They've got to be the right terms and conditions if we're going to sign that contract. So. BandFamous.com. You can find all of our socials. You can become a Patreon to help us make those CDs, to help us get one to the country in Europe that wants to request a CD. Again, we weren't even planning to make them. But
It would be amazing to have your help making it happen, because we'd be fools to not ask for help when we need it and to not do whatever we can to make that happen. And yeah, we could have made a lot of CDs with 18,000. I know. But guys, trust me, it wasn't the right, at least not right now, it wasn't the right terms and conditions. They want to make some revisions and come back again. Maybe we'll give it some consideration. But again, the terms and conditions are everything in contracts. And I'll probably never sign a contract during a Mercury retrograde. Just facts. Just facts. Oh, Xander.
It's tough, man. It's not to be superstitious, but yeah, there's a bit
I guess I am a little superstitious.
Well, I'm saying not to be a little superstitious, but it's a little unlucky to sign contracts during a retrograde. Even if you are.
Yeah, it's generally not recommended to sign contracts or buy new electronics or cars or computers or anything like that.
Really?
Anything with technology or any kind of contracts, communications. Yeah, Mercury retrograde is like it's like a revisit, reunion, reflection, revision. Like, you don't want to write a new book, but you could revise one that you're already working on, for example. You don't want to get a new vehicle, but you could repair the one you have, for example. Just be careful, because you could still get hurt, like your girl here. But, yeah, that's just what happens when you don't have a root beer float and take a time to rest and everything. So I'm learning. My workaholicism, whatever it's called, is finally caught up with me. I broke my toe working too hard, probably like last August, and that was like, okay, that was really humbling. I was like, okay, I wouldn't take a break, so God was like, I said, take a break, and he gave me a literal break. He's a funny man. Funny divine, funny most high, mother, father, whatever you believe.
Go check.
The universe is wild, that's all I know. And it speaks to us, and it's so amazing when we listen and tune in, and we pay the price when we ignore those feelings and those intuitions, if you will. But yeah, I'm listening. I'm slowing down. I'm taking a little break. I almost DoorDashed today, but instead of doing the same thing, I broke the current energy. I switched it up. I said, no, I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stream on Twitch. I'm gonna get with the gang and see what's good, and just share the new documentary and the celebrations and the fun stories and the good vibes. And I'm so glad I did. Thank you to everybody hanging out on TVF Network, just rocking with us. This one's for you. Oh man, I needed that. It was so refreshing after all the ranch work too that I did already today. Filled some ponds, fed everybody. Xander woke up and he was like, are the animals good?
Okay, so you fed the turtle, you fed the rabbits, you fed the chickens,
I fed the turtle,
you fed the wolf dog, you fed the...
I fed everybody. I fed the turtle, I fed the wolf dog, I fed the Dobermans, I fed the rescue puggle and the rescue wolf dog. I already said him. I fed the one coop that has a rooster, some hens, some ducks. I fed the other coop, and we gave them water. I think Xander helped me with that one, but otherwise I did everything almost on my own, because Xander woke up and he was like, are the animals good? And I was like, yeah, I already got it, don't worry, babe. And, coffee was on the stove, getting it ready, and I was, just trying to help out like I always do, even though I need to take more of a rest. And I literally started the Jeep, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to switch it up, because if you do the same thing, you get the same results. If you burn the candle at both ends continuously, I mean, like, I already kind of injured myself. I'm healing great. Like, I can move my shit. Like, it's not, like, if it was broke, I'm a fucking warrior, and it's not, like, so. Like, I'm fine. But whatever it is, it's probably just a really bad, deep bone bruise. I don't know. Xander feels I might have chipped the bone or something, but either way, it's healing, and I'm strong. I'm not on any pharmaceuticals. Actually, that's a lie. I did take 2 ibuprofen today. I can't remember what I did. Something with the dogs. I got slightly hurt. I was like, okay, that kind of pulled me out of whack a little bit. So I took 2 ibuprofen today. I kid. I take that back. That's probably it. Yeah, Zion pulled me too hard or something. And anyway, I'm good. I'm here. I'm strong. I got my family. I got my community. I got the animals around me that I break my back for, happily, that I work so hard for, to care for. It's a dream come true. It's some of the hardest work I've ever done, and I've always been a hard worker. I've always been a workaholic. Like, even before I met Xander, before I transferred schools, like, I was working 14-hour days regularly. Like, I don't even know how many hour weeks. I lost count. At one point, I was doing those 14 hour. I had like 4 part-time jobs at one point, which was crazy. And then I only had 3. And then that was still kind of crazy. And then eventually I just had 2 part-time jobs, and I was like, okay, all right, that's better. And I was in school the whole time. I was in college the whole time, and I was like getting groceries for my grandfather, who's now in heaven, and like cooking and baking for him and friends and family, and like I was doing so much. I'm talking like grocery trip runs, and I got like 12 bags on each arm. Like, you know, probably overcompensating maybe a little bit, you know, the workaholic. What's it making up for? I don't know. Some probably wounded healer shit. I don't know. Something, you know, but I'm tough. Either way, it made me strong. Everything I've been through made me strong. I chose to rise up and be strong. And I'll do it every time. And part of how I'm able to do it every time is because of y'all. Because you guys give me fuel to keep going. So that's just my heart. That's just me speaking from my heart. So yeah. Hi, Zelda.
Yeah, Silas is leashed. I'm just checking on Zion. He's fine. He's
okay, good. Thank you. Just kind of babysitting the beasts while I hang out with y'all. But I don't think we had any questions in the chat, at least from what I can see. But we can always, if you think of something later, you can always email me, and I can do another stream like this, and I can answer your questions then. So email or tweet it at us, whatever's clever. It all works. So I'm just grateful. Can't believe, what day is it? Is it April 17th? April 17th. Yup. We're almost to May. It's crazy to think about that we're already almost in May. Whew. Hopefully y'all aren't working too hard. I hope that this stream, if you take away anything from this stream, it's to take a break and give your body a rest when you need it. And if you're not getting enough sleep, try to catch up on sleep. If you're not eating right, try to eat right. You know, even, you know, just adapt it. You don't have to commit to it forever, but at least switch it up for a little bit and do your body some good. Do your mental health some good. This was almost like a partial therapy stream. Like, not like, even for me, like, it was like therapy. I was like, oh, I was like crying and shit. Like, no, I was just so grateful. But real talk, man. I know. I empathize because I'm an empath. I've been through it, so I empathize, you know, with everything. I know times are tight. I know money is limited for a lot. I know, so that's why it means so much when someone does become a patron, when someone does buy our music, when someone does, you know, donate on stream, like, because I know, like, that, you know, that's part of your breakfast or part of your dinner or some shit. Like, I know, like, I don't take it for granted. So sometimes it does move me to the point of tears. Sometimes it does make me a little emotional. Today was one of those days because Ray was hitting those heartstrings with those sweet words, and it was just, my heart, you know. I was like, okay, I give in, and I rode the wave of emotion for a minute, and whew, sorry for the amount of times I had to blow my nose after that. That was a little, you know, humbling, we'll say, but it's all good. I'm humble. I'm just being real. I'm not wearing a mask. What you see is what you get. I was gonna not wear my little hand splint today, but I was like, I'm gonna take a little break. So, speaking of which, I'm gonna go to a pause screen again. I think Xander made me a snack or something, so even though I just had a little root beer float, it was so amazing. But please don't go anywhere just yet. I'm not done giving love and hanging out, so hopefully y'all are still rocking when I get back, which will be soon. Mwah.
Live. All right. I'm back, everybody. Thank you so much. I was catching up on some of the chats, and yeah, shout out to Simba and Nala behind me. And I think Rafiki might be on there somewhere. I don't know.
They're both on it. It's kind of like...
Yeah. Much love to the Lion King. One of the best. One of the best. My goodness. Let me go here and see so I can try to keep up with all the chats. Let me see. Yeah, shout out to the weirdos. Miss you. Alright. Oh.
Can you go check?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, really, the support does mean everything. I can't enunciate it. I can't accentuate it enough. Thank you. Thank you. Our friend says you deserve success and love. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, amazing. That sounds beautiful. Yes, get out in nature. Yes, I'm just catching up in some of the chat, some of the messages from our friend. Friendly reminder to definitely, if you can, put your bare feet in some soil this week. Put your bare feet on the bare earth, connect, lay down under a tree, maybe take a little nap. Maybe if you are accustomed to meditating, maybe meditate. But yeah, get out in nature. Shout out to our friend Ray. He's doing that right now, and he's still vibing with the stream. Yeah, definitely. Nature is the best. That's why man, it's a lot more work when your girl wants to go DoorDash. It's not just like, oh, let me get in my car and drive 10 minutes to work. It's like over an hour, and then both ways. So it's like a couple hour commute, and then I'm driving the whole day grinding for that extra grocery money or whatever we might need after all the bills and all the animals are fed. Then we feed us. So, you know, I've been making a lot of homemade stuff to save money too. I'm budget friendly, so like doing a lot of baking. Shout out to Ray. He's now a Patreon, so he's unlocked some of the content there, including one of the fun baking experiments I did on video. I never made the bread like that before. It was just an experiment. I'm thinking of making another video like that with a bread that I feel quite confident about. I've gifted a couple of loaves, and the feedback seems to be unanimous that it is soft and delicious, and it's one of my best. They were like, kudos to the baker and all that good stuff. So I might put that on Patreon too if you want to. And this is all handmade. I even did it with one hand. Represent, because I'm a warrior. Yeah, I've made bread one-handed. I'm not even kidding. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. Bitch, I'm crazy. I'm just kidding. You're not a bitch either. I'm just playing. Hang on. Amazing. Oh, owls are so cool. Except, I think they almost got one of our kitties one time, but he's a fighter, and he just has like a permanent little like egg on his head from where he must have hit his head when he fought back and dropped. But yeah, owls are cool. They are mystical AF. We were talking how cool it would be to like, I don't know if there's any out there that need to be rescued, and or what the, I don't know. We were like, it'd be amazing to have like a pet owl or a pet hawk or a pet falcon or like just a big bird, you know, like even a parrot or like a cockatoo or something, or a macaw, or I don't know. But imagine like an owl or a falcon or a hawk. Like that would be cool. But that'd be amazing. Yes. Still catching up on some of the messages, and I have to share that advice. Ray says, still rocking and walking, listening to you talking. I like the rhyme. That's wow, that almost sounds like a song. Shit, let's get you on our record. It's so much fun. I love that. Still rocking and walking, listening to you talking. I love that so much I had to say it twice. It is good, refreshing therapy. I do a VR workout, and one of the coaches said, remember to prioritize recovery. That is great advice. It's so great, I wanted to read it on the stream so everyone could hear it. Everyone could hear it on the network. Yes, remember to prioritize recovery. I'm still reminding myself, because I'm not fully recovered, but I'm like, I did a lot before I even had the cast. I was doing too much, and I was like, man, I'll be lucky if it, you know, if I didn't do damage, because I'm just like not taking a break even still. But still trying to be mindful and like do things differently, so I'm not using it as much, but it still happens. It's inevitable. It's my primary hand, you know. It's my microphone hand, the hand I strum a guitar with, which I'll still be able to. Don't worry. I got everything's healing good. Nerves are good. Everything's good. Nurse Norell took good care of it. Oh yes, So I'm catching up, and Ray says, "Oh yeah, I was at that performance. You gave me an autographed CD. Probably still have it somewhere." That's amazing. That's amazing. I love that. That is so cool. I've got another mile to go to get home. I sent some screenshots lost in the woods to your Facebook, lol. Sweet. Oh my gosh.
Is that you kicking stuff or is that him?
If anyone does have any questions, as long as they are obviously respectful and family friendly. Oh, Sir Maximus! What happened? Broke the two important fingers. What was her name? Oh my gosh. No, well, to be fair, to be honest with you, I didn't go to the doctor and get an x-ray or anything, so I can't say that I didn't break anything. But I treated it just in case, because I did smash it pretty hard, and I've had several shattered bones in this hand before. And I've always been a champion little warrior, let me tell you. When I was like probably 11 or 12 years old, I was in a really bad ATV accident. And this
Ray says YouTube has a 20-second lag. Interesting to note.
Interesting to know. Well, you don't want to say that on the network, but yeah.
Oh, my bad.
But anyway, to answer your question, Sir Maximus, I'm catching up in all the chats. So yeah, I don't know for sure if I broke anything or not, but if I did, I handled it well, and I probably, because the last time I injured myself, I was able to get some help with workers' comp. And so I was able to get an x-ray and get some proper care to make sure the bone was healing. And that was last August. I broke my toe and injured myself after a dog bite injury that was on the job on a delivery that wasn't even the person's address. Like, they delivered to the wrong address in the app, and it wasn't even their place. They're like messaging me like, "You actually have to go further and go here." And I'm like, "No, that's, I don't get paid to go beyond the delivery end, for DoorDash." So it was like scam artist energy. Lazy person energy, like, bitch, if you're delivering to this address, at least meet me there if I'm driving there and that's all I'm getting paid to, and you're not guaranteed to tip me or anything. Like, fuck out of here. Too much entitlement. Anyways, so that happened. That was annoying. I was grinding for the Animal Rescue Sanctuary. Oh yeah, I'm like blending stories at this point, I apologize. So yeah, basically when I was like 11 or 12 years old, I mostly lived with my grandfather most of my life, but I would sometimes spend time. There was a small period of time my mom had a farm in the middle of nowhere, like 20 minutes away from a town, and she had an ATV. It was like a 2-person 4-wheeler, right? I want to say Quest Bombardier or something. That's what comes to mind. It was black and yellow like a bumblebee. I don't know for sure if that's what it was called, but I remember I was in like the 7th grade. I was like 11 maybe. I don't know. I started kindergarten when I was 4. I graduated when I was 17, so I was a young smarty, kind of ahead of my year, I guess. I skipped a year or whatever. But I was in the 7th grade. That's all I remember. And I had this girl out to the farm, and I was driving. Now, when I was driving, there was no problems because I'm experienced. I know the fields that go like this, where the farmland was. So I'm driving us. We're having a great time. Thank you, Xander. I'm gonna get a sip real quick.
Root beer.
Some root beer. So I was driving this 4-wheeler, right? And it was like a really like farmland, like really hilly, like you don't want to go past a certain mile per hour kind of terrain, right? So I'm driving, this girl's behind me the whole time. She's not grateful to be on my 4-wheeler with me. I'm taking her around. The whole time she's begging me, let me drive, right? So I finally let her drive. What? Oh, is that not okay? Sorry. I'll hold it. So I finally
Only
let her...
because you knocked a drink on my keyboard.
A long time ago, as you trip on something as you say it. Sorry.
What? No,
Oh, what is that? Oh, the fan. Yeah, because we keep moving that around.
Where do we put it?
Not there, evidently, because we both kicked it.
Ooh, I got an idea. No,
We're kicking fans up in here.
Well,
no, not on purpose. It's just we're moving
we're running
stuff around.
a little mini network right now. And we, I have an idea.
I'm getting so distracted. I'm trying to tell a story, Xander. Okay, back to my story. So I'm driving this girl around. We're in the 7th grade together, right? And we were in school together, whatever. And we graduated, whatever. But in the 7th grade, I'm driving her around on my 4-wheeler, and she's behind me. And the whole time, she's like begging me to let her drive. My gut instinct was not to let this bitch drive. Okay, no disrespect. I mean, whatever. I wish her well. But kind of feels like she tried to kill me that day. Maybe she did. She's injured me after in other accidents. So my grandfather was like, "You are not allowed to drive in a car with her." And I was like, "Okay." I respected his wisdom after she injured me in an ATV accident and later flipped me on a bicycle. So she fucked me up a few times.
She could have just been clumsy too.
She could have just been clumsy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I hope that's it. I do. But anyway, so I finally go against my better inner wisdom, and I was talking about this earlier. You don't ignore those. That might be too loud, but
is it? Can we ask chat?
Chat, let us know if that fan is too loud, if it's too close to the microphone and you can't hear me anymore, or if it drowns me out.
Does that drown her out? I'm trying to keep airflow up for you, but
I appreciate it because it is pretty warm in here.
We have a lot of electronics.
We have a lot of electronics going right now. But so yeah, anyways, I finally let her drive, and I tell her on the condition that I'm letting her drive. See, I even took my hand out because it's like I can still move it and stuff. Like but you can see it's a little bruised. Maybe you can see in the lighting. I don't know. It was just one of the bones, but basically, I let this girl drive on my four-wheeler, and then I was behind her, you know, so we reversed roles. And I said, don't go more than 40 miles per hour, right? She continues to accelerate, and I'm telling her to slow down on repeat like a broken record. I'm like, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. She does the opposite. She accelerates until she flips the four-wheeler completely upside down. We fly off. I land on this hand, which the doctor told me, and it was, I'll tell you the bones. It was this bone, and this bone. It looked like Thor's hammer, like collided with it on accident or something. Like, it looked like an explosion when I saw it. I wish I had the x-ray, because that shit's badass. I'd put that on a t-shirt and wear that shit. It was so badass. Like, I'm such a warrior. I've had chronic back pain from ever since that accident, and like, for just, I've been through I'm fucking strong, man. So I'm champion mindset. We keep going. But yeah, when I was like 11, so this bone completely shattered. Like, literally, like, they blew up. Like, the bones, it was like sawdust in my hand. It looked so crazy. I was like, holy fuck. And it was crazy. And I also had 7 fractures throughout all of my fingers. And the craziest part was I didn't go to the hospital for 3 days after it happened. And after it happened, me and this girl proceeded to, oh yeah, you know where this is going. We proceeded to roll the four-wheeler back over, like to flip it upright. That bitch is heavy. Now imagine doing it with all those shattered bones and 7 fractures. Little did I know. But I was crying a little bit because I was like, fuck, my hand hurts. You know, I cried a little bit. And we get back to the farm, and I'm like, I think I should probably go to the doctor. I hear, it's not broken or you'd be screaming bloody murder. So I was like, okay. If you say so, I'm just going to be a sport, right? Because I'm just a sport. And 3 days later, however, you know the circumference of those like little small pumpkins? That was basically my hand. It was like ballooned. I mean, if I could paint you a picture, it was like the circumference of one of those small pumpkins. And it was just like all the way around. And so this was 3 days after the accident when I was 11 years old. So we go into the hospital, we get the x-ray, and then we see, like, not only was it broken, but it was like, you know, a freaking Cartoon Network explosion went off in my hand. And like 7, like, they put me on like 1,000 Vicodin every few hours. And I tried it like once or twice, and all it did was hurt my stomach. It didn't even relieve any of the pain. So I was like, I'm not taking these. And whatever, someone else in my family probably did whatever with them. But I was like, I'm not taking this shit. It just makes my stomach sick. So I basically got through it without much medication. Maybe some ibuprofen, I'm sure, whatever, Aleve, whatever. But yeah, that shit sucked. But so and like literally the fact that my bones regrew is a miracle. Like, it's so amazing. Like, life is so incredible. Like, we're machines. If you could have seen what my bones looked like before and after, like from the accident, 3 days after the accident when my hand was ballooned, to like how it healed later. Like, I can play guitar, I can hold a microphone. Like, I'm still here, number one, most importantly, because as the doctor told me, had I not landed on my hand that day, I would have snapped my neck and died. Now, I've had like some cracking going on, but I think it's just also partially like carpal tunnel from just like working too much, doing too much ranch work, doing too much door dashing and everything. But like, I've been massaging it, and you know, yeah, there's a little bruising. But basically, so this one, what is it? My pinky finger, my ring finger, and my middle finger, these were the 3 metatarpals, I think they're called, that were completely shattered. and you can see like how my veins look differently. Like, well, I don't know if you can in the lighting, honestly, but like my veins had to like, everything changed. It like regrew. It was like crazy. So that was really cool. I wish I had that x-ray because it was so badass. But I do not have any x-rays of the current injury because I just, limited budget with the animal rescue and everything. I don't have insurance. I'm not paying for insurance right now. I'm not going to go get a huge medical bill to find out if I broke something when I know what to do. I've been through enough. I've been in enough fights and battles. I know how to care for myself. So what I did initially was, and the recent injury to my hand, to answer your question, because you were questioning about the smashed bones as well, so I had to tell you the older story. So this is not my first rodeo. I'm tough, and this is like whatever happened is nothing compared to what I went through as a kid. So, that shit was crazy. I had a hot pink cast. She wrote on it like, "Sorry I did this to you." Ha ha ha. Funny. She's like, "I wish I had injuries to brag about. That's awesome." I'm like, yeah, cool story. It's fine. I'm just grateful to be alive. Praises to the Most High. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still fighting. Recently, I got the one that I didn't get, so I got these 3 that were smashed, right? But recently, I banged this one up pretty good. And, like, I can touch it. Like, I'm obviously not screaming or crying. Like, I'm obviously using it. I can move my fingers. And even as my friend said, she was like, if you broke it, you wouldn't be able to do that. But I also am a fucking force of nature. I'm cut from a different thread, so I don't know. There is a possibility I might have done something to it. It still hurts a little bit. It's a little yellow-green. Can't quite see it in the light. But it got a little swollen back here because I put tape on the front side of it to, like, compress, if you don't know, I'll tell you. When you injure yourself, if you might, whether it's a break or whatever, rice. You want to rest, elevate, oh my god, rest, ice. I'm mixing up the letters. Oh my god, my dyslexia. How embarrassing. I'm human. You want to rest, ice, compress, and elevate. See, I know how to spell rice. Okay, don't at me in the comments, bro. But no, so rest, ice, compress, elevate. So I did all that. Arguably, I could have iced more. I generally have my fridge as a fridge and not a freezer. I can turn it into a freezer, but I generally have it as a fridge. So I was like, good enough. I iced it on like one night, and then I was like, I want my fridge back, because it's solar power out here, and I like to be smart with how I do things. Of course, if I have ice cream or something like we just enjoyed, we'll convert the freezer and have like a freezer and a fridge. It's great. I love that thing. But anyway, I iced it for like the first night, and then it was like, okay, I'm just going to tape it. So then I skipped right to the compression and obviously trying to elevate it and all that. And maybe the resting I didn't do such a good thing about, but arguably I am now today with you guys for the most part. So even though I did a bunch of ranch work that used it and everything earlier, like, okay, so I could have been better with the rest part, and I could have been better with the ice part. But the compression I got on lockdown, and the elevation I've been pretty good at, so I think I'm okay. But yeah, I basically have just been kind of doing this to remind I've got this preemptively in case I may have broken it, because I have had so many broken bones and been like, whatever, I'm okay. And then it's like, bitch, no, you're not. You have a pumpkin hand now. Like, go to the, So I thought, just in case, because I have a high pain threshold that's like kind of a blessing and a curse, I guess. So this was more preventative care. I cannot confirm nor deny. Like, there's a little green and yellow right here on the metatarpal on this one. And I've had, like, some clicking, but it's like I already had weird masses from the fractures and, like, how the hand had to kind of regrow when so many of the bones were shattered. And it's like, they're fine. That I'm not even really, like, concerned. Like, it's kind of like a walk in the park compared to some of the shit I've been through. We'll just say that. So, your girl's okay. But I do appreciate the fact that I could hang out with you guys today and stream and just hang out with my community and my network and not be out there breaking my back door dashing, because maybe I should take more breaks to catch up here as well. Ray said, yeah, I also have a print Xander gave me when we were downtown at that fashion show. Amazing. Oh, okay. And he did say, I think we turned it off already, but he did say he could hear the fan in the background, but it's fine. It's not drowning you out.
I turned it off because I thought about it and I was thinking, screw it,
Yeah, just in case. Just in case. But yeah, those are a couple of my bone stories, and those aren't the only bones I broke. Actually, there was a time I played soccer. I talked about that earlier a little bit when I was defense, and like it was kind of satisfying because like I'm little, I'm petite, but you cannot judge the dog in the fight. You have to judge the fight in the dog, okay? And there was definitely a gal, probably 3 times my body mass. Like she was. My memory tells me she's like 6 feet tall. She probably wasn't that tall, okay? I'm probably exaggerating in my head. But she was tall AF, and she was wider than me. Like, she was like 3 of me and 1 woman. And she was running at me, determined to, like, get to my goalie, because I'm the defense. So they got past the midfield, right? Now they're getting into my turf. She came to me thinking she was going to run me over, and it was like, smack, her falling off of me instead. It was such a satisfying feeling. But unfortunately, some gals played dirty. I can't remember what game it was, but some gals played dirty. And they, like, tripped me so bad. I think I honestly broke my foot, my right foot, in the impact, because I was running so fast, and the way they collided and tripped me in that moment, the inertia, the physics, whatever. I was out. I couldn't really move on it. It was in a lot of pain. Those 15 minutes of the game that I was out, and it was only 15 minutes because they put me right back in. Those 15 minutes I was out, we were tied 0-0 the entire game until this bitch took me out dirty style. The 15 minutes they got me off the field, they scored 3 points. 3 points in 15 minutes, 1 every 5 minutes that I was out of that game. So my coach looked at me, and I was a senior in high school when this happened. I think it was. Yeah, I was a senior. And my coach looked at me and she said, "We're going to tape your foot up and you're going to go back out there." And I was like, okay. I wanted to win too, and I was like, yeah, I'm tough. I've been through worse. And I've had other injuries with soccer too, sprained TMJ, all kinds of crap. Your girl's been through it, but I'm a warrior, and I think that's partially why I like UFC. Like, shout out to UFC. Even like getting some of the recaps of the fights and everything. Just, some of them obviously don't always go the way you expect them to go. Like, hey, that person totally should have won. But what I really love is just like the good sportsmanship, like whether win or lose, like just when people are just like, just that camaraderie, that good sportsmanship where they're just like, hey, like, let's be friends, and they're like hugging, and they're just like, they're down, like they're fucking beating the shit out of each other for sport. Obviously, it's like Gladiator of the modern day. But then like by the end of it, at least if they're a good sport. Now there are some shit talkers, and they usually get knocked out, Alex Pereira style. But if you know, you know. But it's just amazing to see that sportsmanship. That's what like the champion mindset is. Really, that's part of the champion mindset, and that is the next song coming from the band Famous. I've been working on it for a while. I've been taking my time with it. I almost kind of rushed it out, but even Xander was like, take your time with it. It's a bop. And I was like, okay, I'm going to take my time with it. Thank you. I'm going to simmer on this one. I'm going to let it simmer. So, but that's something I've been cooking in the kitchen other than all my breads. I've got a great turmeric bread recipe. And I'm thinking about putting that on our Patreon as well. I put some sweet bread experiments that I did. That's on Patreon, and I'm working on a blueberry pancake, actually, a recipe, a fun, delicious blueberry pancake recipe video that I'm going to put on Patreon as well. And I do have like 10 plus chapters, I think. Is it 10? At least 10 chapters of my book are already on Patreon. There's a lot more to come, and I'm going to work on getting those up as soon as I can. Obviously, I got a little bit slowed down for like some of the chapters because it's an autobiography. There's like names I'm changing to respect the privacy and yada yada, and not trying to be a bitch and like throw people under the bus and put everyone on blast necessarily. So I'm changing names and playing nice because I'm a good sport. And but yeah, it takes a little longer when I injure myself because I'm working too hard on the other tasks, the ranching, the door dashing. In this case, it was actually the vehicle maintenance of our Jeep that I was doing. I was changing the oil. When I did it, I was like down under the Jeep and I was trying to unscrew the thing to drain the oil, and it was a battle, and I didn't come out ahead in that one. But it's a lesson learned. And maybe it was on too tight from the last time. I don't know. But when I finally got it loose, it was like the force that it took to loosen it. It was like smack. Yeah. But it's okay though. I'm here. I'm still here. I've been working on music, even more than Champion Mindset, but Champion Mindset is definitely going to be the next single that we give you guys. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm going to do this actually the proper way. Usually we just kind of put it out there because we're just like, we just want to put it out there and share it right away. This time, I'm going to actually try to send it to some folks in advance and kind of premiere it if I can. So stay tuned on that. That's going to be fun. But yeah, also, if you haven't seen it yet, also on our website in our little pop-up right below the Become a Patreon prompt, if you will, which we greatly appreciate because now we have a country in Europe that's requesting a physical CD of our latest EP, To Be Frank, which, to be frank, we were not planning to put on any CDs. We didn't make any CDs of our first album. That's just an app exclusive. And we did make some CDs of our second album, which we still have a few copies. And we'd be happy to gift a signed autographed one as one of the rewards. If you pledge like $15, for example, you'll not only get that CD, but you'll get the next CD and a bunch of other swag that we're going to throw in there as our token of appreciation for supporting the cause and helping us make these CDs, because we were not planning to do it at all. But now that, like I said, I read the censored email on the stream earlier, and now that there's actually like a European publication that wants to review To Be Frank, but they don't do digital files or MP3 reviews, so I can't just like send them the EP that's on YouTube. They only do CDs or vinyls. So now it's like, okay, vinyls are a little... Eventually, we'll make a vinyl one of these days. That is something Xander and I definitely want to do. But like with the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, that's a lot harder to attain with the budget right now than some CDs. There's some really good competitive deals out there. I did some shopping around, and I think it would only take a couple hundred, like around $200, maybe less than $200. But for $200 would for sure cover it. That would get us 100 CDs of To Be Frank, and I should be able to get like a nice quality CD, actually. Like, it's a good price. It might be like an economical slip, kind of like this one. It's but the photo disc is actually really great. So the CD itself has a picture on it, has like art on it, and I'd like to do that for this EP since they are wanting to review the CD itself now. So I have to actually put thought into that. Like, okay, let's design the CD. Like, we obviously have the artwork, the cover and everything out there, so that is just very exciting. It's a good place to be. Even if we're not all the way there, it's a good part of the journey for sure. To have that is just such a blessing, and we can't wait to share just more details, like where it's going to be reviewed, the country in Europe. I don't want to spoil the surprise though, so I'm keeping a lot of things censored right now. But speaking of censorship, please uncensor the band Famous, and if you haven't already, go watch the documentary. Shout out to our friend Ray, who even brought up the documentary on stream when he donated yesterday to the stream twice. Man, not all heroes wear capes. I wish I could give you a hug right now. I already got a little emotional earlier, so I'm not gonna, have you guys be my therapist any more than you already have today. Don't worry. But I'm just so grateful. And he became a Patreon today as well, so shout out to Ray. And I if you do make that bread, the experimental bread, I hope you like it. I hope it turns out. But yeah, like I explained in the video, you can kind of make it however way you want and add whatever you want to it to make it your own, so you can have fun with it too. But I do have a great turmeric bread recipe that if I do share it anywhere, it will be for even $1 a month tier on our Patreon. I think I included at the $1 a month tier. So there's different segments. I have comics that I did when I was like in the 7th grade. Probably before I broke my hand, shattered my bones. I think I did it before, possibly. But anyway, definitely inspired by like Garfield. So if you like Garfield, you might like it. It's a fun little funny, like Garfield, like the tunes, the comics in the newspaper. So it was like my own that I did when I was a kid, and I've got quite a few. And I've only shared a few of them so far on Patreon, but I've got a lot more where that's coming from. I got a lot more I'll be sharing on Patreon. I got baking videos, cooking videos, like I said. There's music previews of and drafts and things. There's blooper videos. There's extended director cut videos. There's so many things. Depending on what tier you subscribe to, of course, on Patreon. Some things you have to be at like the $3 level. I think it's $1 and $3 primarily. The $10 level
that we just set up for the CDs. You actually get rewards with that one, like beyond like the Patreon shoutouts and everything, and shoutouts on our streams and everything. But you actually get a copy, an autographed copy of the CD, To Be Frank, and as I mentioned, and this is all outlined in the tier, so you get a copy of that CD with some swag. Now, if you want to add this to that swag, make it 15, and this gets added to the additional swag, getting added to the To Be Frank CD that we will be sending you as a thank you once we produce those 100 CDs. And that's all we're doing. We don't need to make a huge order just because one country wants to review it. We're not so full of ourselves like we're going to go platinum. I mean, this wasn't even like, these were like our B tracks, you know? These were like some tracks we did for fun in between, like after our second album and before our third album. So it's, like I said, it's like the 2.5 album, the To Be Frank EP. If you have checked it out, we appreciate it. If you haven't, we love reading your comments on our music videos. We have a video for the entire EP on our YouTube. You can check it out. youtube.com/thebandfamoustm. You can find all of our music videos there, and a short film, and a trailer for another documentary we're working on. But there's actually a documentary that we recently put out that YouTube won't allow us to share. So it's on a place called Rumble. And we're even so censored that even the first upload to Rumble didn't work. We had to upload it twice. And you'll see it on our channel because it looks like the first upload worked at an hour. So the length of the documentary is 1:11:11. Both of these videos on Rumble, the first attempt, the first
upload.
upload.
Of heat, to bring the heat
that's
down.
fine. That's
cool.
fine.
Is that okay?
I have enough light. Yeah.
Cool. It gives you kind of a break too, because I know that light too.
Yeah, it gets a little hot.
It does.
Ooh, I'm feeling the heat.
Yeah, it gets a little warm back there.
Yeah, it's okay.
So
Some like it
a
hot.
Bit, yeah.
Thank you. Speaking of which, I got some root beer here. I'm going to take a little sip before I continue. Cheers. But yeah, this documentary, we're so censored, we had to upload it twice. So both of the videos, the first attempt and the second attempt to upload to Rumble, the thumbnail shows that the length of the video is 1:11:11. But if you go to the first video, it actually cuts off at like 48 minutes. What the fuck? So I guess add to our story of how, like, to this day, you can still verify what I'm saying is true and see that the first video, even though it says it's 1:11:11, cuts off at 48 minutes. So we're like, okay, Rumble fumbled the first upload, let's try again. So we did take 2 and uploaded it again, and that time it worked. It worked in full. I will tell you, I had to delete a couple of the tags. I'm not going to say them, but let's just say they're always watching and listening. And I had to delete a couple of their tags to keep it maybe not as in their face so that they could attack it right away. But yeah, it got out this time, to their demise. So there's a lot of people that don't want you to see this documentary. And it's funny to note that we got another huge offer from Sony after putting this documentary out. But we're grateful for the offers. But we just declined right now because I don't think the terms are right now. But, you know, that's not to say that we won't say yes if the offer is right, if the terms and conditions are right. But for now, we politely and respectfully decline. And it was like $18,000 upfront grant that we declined, into the tunage of $4 million. I think recently there was an independent artist in the news that also declined a $4 million offer that we just kind of declined, something very similar. Mm-hmm. Politely and respectfully. We're humbled. We're grateful for the offer. You know, for those that tell us to make better music, I mean, tell that to Sony and their partnerships and their, you know, I mean, I'm not even saying I make the best music in the world, but I mean, some people in Brazil like it, some people in the United Kingdom, Wales, China, France, the USA, like, I think other places too, Australia, like, there's some people around the world that like us and vibe with our music, so we're going to keep sharing it because we like it, and if other people like it, then we're going to keep doing it. Like, I mean, we're not hurting anybody, we're just, if anything, you know, we're helping a couple let loose and have fun, trip and eat at Promises. Like, that was so crazy. If you guys missed that story, I literally messaged someone. I was like, I found him in a group that I was in on Facebook. I'm in a bunch of groups because I do all kinds of promotions and everything because, you know, we're indie. And this was like a group about petrified wood or something, of all things. And this person was like, oh, like, I'm looking for petrified wood. Like, if you have any for sale, let me know. And I love foraging for, like, natural wonders of the earth, for example, like petrified wood. So I've naturally actually collected a lot that I've hand foraged walking around on my acres here off-grid in the middle of nowhere in Arizona. And I've found a lot of petrified wood that I've collected on my land. So I reach out to this person and I'm like, oh, what kind of petrified wood are you looking for? I have a lot that I've hand foraged on my land. And his first reply is, holy shit, you're from TBF, or you're a member from TBF. And I was like, yes, sir, I am. Like, happy to connect with a fan. And he was like, I gotta tell you this crazy story. Gosh, no, I'm not gonna read it to you. I'll just paraphrase. But yeah, essentially, he and his girl were clubbing in St. Louis, Missouri. And they go to this club, and the DJ at this club puts on this super catchy song, as he said. And they were like, but I knew the DJ, so I asked him after the set, I was like, what was that song? The one that went like this, whatever. And then the DJ gives him our CD. And so that's how he met us. He heard Promises at a nightclub in St. Louis, Missouri. And now him and his girl were like taking ecstasy that night and having a great time and just getting into it. And now, like, ever since they were introduced to that song during that trip in St. Louis at that club, thanks to that DJ, and I'm still hoping I find out who that club and DJ is so I can thank them, because this is so amazing. Now they're a fan of the band Famous, and they regularly, or at least whenever they do E, they said, whenever they decide to do E, I'll just say that in case there's, like, terms or whatever, but whenever they decide to do E, mature audiences, thank you, they do it, and they put on the band Famous Promises when they do it, because it gives them a good trip or something. Like, that's so incredible. Like, it makes my cheeks hurt. That's crazy. That the universe works like that. That I would randomly, like, see someone in a petrified wood group, be like, hey, what kind of petrified wood are you looking for? And they're like, oh my god, TBF, let me tell you this. And it's like, we changed their life. Like, we made such an impact on this couple that they do it regularly, like a not like a religion, I don't want to say that, but like a date, you know, like a little release, like a staycation or something. Like, they get down to the band Famous with some E, and all because of that one night they heard it in some random club in St. Louis, Missouri. And that was a few years ago, so they've been rocking with us for a few years, and I randomly connected with them. Like, how crazy is the universe? How crazy is that? That just happened yesterday. Wow. Sit with that for a moment. How crazy is that? I'm just moved. If you're wondering why I have a spoon in my root beer, it's because I previously enjoyed a root beer float. And yes, it was amazing. It doesn't help with the little sniffly you hear, because I'm partially allergic. So it doesn't help. But, nor did the tears of emotion, of pure gratitude that I felt earlier, because my heartstrings were getting pulled, man. Pulling my heartstrings. I actually did an original song a cappella a long time ago that has that in the lyrics, and I think it's called Love. Yep. That's crazy. I'm just beside myself right now, just taking it all in, I'm so grateful. All of you guys hanging out. Man. By the way, shout out to Sir Maximus, too. Thank you. I saw you. I don't know how late I was, if you're still here, or if you're out doing your business. But thank you so much for participating and hanging out and just being a part of our family, our tribe, our community. And for chatting on Twitch. And if anyone else has any questions or anything on the network, I'm doing my best to keep up with all the chat messages. Sometimes I get, I run off on a little bunny trail in a story or something, but I'm here. So yeah. Yes sir, yes ma'am. Subscribe to the Band Famous on YouTube if you haven't already. The Band Famous TM. You can enjoy all of our music videos that we've produced. Yep. And we're very grateful, we're very humble that we've had many offers to sign to many major record labels. We remain independent for our reasons. Again, if the right terms and conditions, if the contract fits, if the shoe fits, we might wear it. You know? That's life. Oh. Mm. I know why I'm remembering why I took ibuprofen. And it's hitting me a little bit right now. So recently, I've got a couple of Dobermans. And one of them, he's kind of like a little Tasmanian devil. Like, you know, like crazy. And he was super excited one day. And I tried to, you know, practice the self-defense Xander's taught me, you know, and everything. And I'm like working on my blocks. But recently, and I think he got us both recently, but recently he uppercut me pretty good with his like skull. So I've had a little extra pain in like my TMJ and stuff too. Another part of the reason I was like, you know what? I'm going to skip DoorDash today since clearly I've been through it. And this champion needs to know when to fucking sit in the corner and get some refreshments. You feel me? So please learn from me. Because sometimes I will literally like, I'm not even kidding. When I injured my hand, I texted my sister and I was like, please pray that it's not broken. And she's like, okay. And then I was like, all right, back to changing the oil. And she was like, girl, you just don't waste no time, do you? And I was like, I can't. Like, no one's going to do it for me. Like, Xander helped me. But I mean, I'm just like, it's just not in me. Like I said, I'm just cut from a different thread. And it might be to my own demise sometimes. Like, but I'm not too proud to ask for help, or I wouldn't be, you know, sharing the Patreon and sharing, you know, what that help would go towards, other than the obvious of helping us with the Animal Rescue Sanctuary that we're breaking our butts doing. But it is the most rewarding work. And it means the world. Like, we're literally, like, now that Ray's become a Patreon today, we're like, because depending on what animal feed I'm talking about, we can, like, you know, whether it's like dog food or chicken food or whatever, like, obviously some food fluctuates in prices, inflation, everything's kind of expensive. But on the cheaper side of things, that's still really good for all of our flocks of birds that we have, we like to buy and give them cracked corn. And we can get at least 2 bags, like 2 40-pound bags of cracked corn for just with the help of our Patreons every month. And that's amazing, because it's like we still have a lot of other food to buy, we still have a lot of other expenses in caring for all of these animals. And it just, I cannot tell you, I know I've told you, but I'll continue to tell you how grateful I am, because it's literally life-changing to have your support. It reminds me that I don't have to beat myself up so much, because it's like you guys are helping too. You know, like, I'm not in this alone. Like, Xander and I aren't doing this alone anymore. We can't say we're doing it alone, because now we have like a couple bags of animal feed every month just from our Patrons, and that is so beautiful. I hope you all know how blessed and special and amazing you are, and what good you're doing, that you're helping us continue to do the hard work out here caring for these animals. And who knows? Ray says, ah, yes, home again, home again. Welcome home. I hope you had a wonderful nature walk. It sounded exquisite. You said, like, after a fresh rain, I think you said, and, like, all kinds of mushrooms and beautiful sights. Mother Nature is so freaking cool. Man, we're part of that Mother Nature, you know, and we're pretty cool. I'm just saying. Some of us humans. It was pretty nice out there. Oh, that's rad. Yeah, definitely some great advice too, to remember to prioritize your recovery, which is what I'm doing right now, hanging out with all of you, instead of out grinding and just pushing it to the limit like I always do. And it'd be one thing if I always get like a good night's rest, but sometimes, like even last night, I was woken up like 3+ times throughout the night from the dogs, and I'm getting up to deal with it, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not going to get up before the sun today. I'm going to sleep in till like 8, you know, which isn't really sleeping in to a lot of people, but for us, that's sleeping in. 'Cause the days that I DoorDash, sometimes I'm up as early as like 3:45 a.m. making coffee, so that I'm out on the road, so that I'm out able to grind and make the most of the drive and the commute, and grind as long as I can. You know, sometimes 12-hour days if I can push myself. And I'll generally bring food from home that I've prepared from scratch, and like make little lunches and things like that. Like, I try to do it in the most cost economical way, because there's obviously expenses when you do things like DoorDash, you know, mileage and gas and everything. So, and obviously the commute to get there. So it's like I try to maximize the earnings that I can make for the Animal Rescue Sanctuary, so I bring food from home. I don't eat fast food. I don't. I used to, but I quit eating fast food because that shit is poison. Like, there's so much bad shit in it. Like, it doesn't matter how fast or convenient it is. Like, I love life, and I want to experience as much of it as I can. So, one of the things I did for myself this year that I can say is I quit fast food. I do 12-hour shifts. It's hard on you. Glad I only do 3-day weekends. Yeah, that's what I try to do. That honestly, Ray, when I'm doing like 12-hour shifts, I try to do it only if I'm like doing it like in a 3-day weekend. Otherwise, I'll try to be like, okay, maybe I'll do like, 5 8-hour shifts or something instead. But it's like either that or, 5 or 6 8 to 10-hour shifts, or like 3 12+ hour shifts. Like however I, and this is one of those weeks where it's like, because I stayed home to try to rest, but I'm still working because I'm catching up on editing and uploads, and I'm still helping with all the ranching. Xander is my witness. I don't really take days off. Xander is my witness. He knows how hard I work more than anybody.
When you care for so many animals, you don't get days off.
Yeah, when you have so many animals in your care that you're caring for every day, you don't get days off. No matter how broke or beat up or broken is what I was trying to say. Like, no matter how many bruises you have, like, you don't get days off. So even my days off aren't days off. But because I took a couple quote-unquote days off, besides getting a lot of work done on the ranch and catching up with a lot of Patreon. Actually, there's a lot of uploads coming to Patreon because I exported a bunch of videos, but I haven't uploaded them yet. So that's something I'm going to do probably first thing in the morning because I want to do it when I have the most sunlight. And I've been streaming for, over 3 hours already. See if I can go to 4. That's my goal today. I wanted to see if I could stream for 4 hours with my friends, with my community, with my soul tribe. You may or may not be part of my soul tribe, but some of you tuning in probably are. So I'm just throwing that out there, and I appreciate you. But, yeah, no, you don't really get days off when you're a rancher, when you're rescuing and providing sanctuary for a lot of animals. And not all of the animals are our pets. Not all of them are rescues, but it's like a mix. It's a combination. I will say that it is some of the most rewarding work I've ever done in my life, and I've worked my ass off, 12-hour shifts, 14-hour shifts, doing everything you can imagine, hotels, restaurants, everything. So I've worked my ass off, and I've always had strong work ethics. I've always been a go-getter. I've always put everything I have into whatever I'm doing to try to make the best of it and be the best that I can be. And, but, like, it's another level, like, being able to help animals, like, it's rewarding. Backbreaking work. It is rewarding. And I feel closer to God. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, it's just like being in nature, being around animals. It's like, it's so good for the soul. Even if you're busting your back doing the work to make it happen, it's like, it's worth it to me. That's why you turned down $18,000 and didn't, compromise on your artistic integrity. Like, I'm so grateful for the offer. I'm so, like, it's so inspiring. It just motivates and inspires me further to keep putting out music, like, and I'm not burning any bridges. The guy's still talking to me with the label. I'm not being rude or disrespectful. I was just like, I respectfully, politely declined, and he was like, I understand, but he's still, like, sharing stuff with me, like, that his label's doing, and, like, he's like, he said, like, they're not trying to control anything, but it's like, until I see a contract that says that, it's just talk until I actually see it in writing that you're not owning the masters to our music. You're not going to try to rebrand us. You're not going to try to control us and censor us. Like, I don't know. That's the whole point of the documentary. Uncensor the band Famous, because you get what you see. We're not going to be a political puppet for anybody. We're not going to be some propaganda ploy. We are the band Famous. We're just authentic. And we're here to rock and roll, or trip rock, or whatever alternative, industrial, pop, metal, experimental, whatever the heck we feel like creating, because we make the rules. Because no one's telling us, this is what you're going to sing about, this is what you get to write about, this is what you get to tweet about. Like, we're in control. And Ray says, same, I have a ton of videos I need to upload from a recent trip to Florida. Rock on, brother! Yeah, let's get those uploads! I'm excited. And eventually we will have another upload to YouTube of a Champion Mindset. That's going to be the latest single we're going to be putting out, but I am going to be doing it proper. Sometimes we're just so excited to, like, share our new music with you. We just give it to you right away. and then send it to like press and things like that. And sometimes we still get on the radio and get featured like we did with Mermaid Energy. I'm so grateful. But this time I'm actually going to try, and I'm going to submit it places before it goes to the public and see, maybe someone will premiere it. Who knows what could happen. Xander feels it's a bop. I feel pretty good with it. I did release a preview. You're going to hear a preview on Patreon if you find it, Ray. It's way different from when you heard it. I I was mastering with the wrong headphones for that first draft, so I put my like big girl headphones on, my Sennheiser headphones, and I tweaked some of the levels, and like it sounds way better now. It's not as, it was a little blown out before because I was just getting into it and like rocking out. It's like that person getting so hyped they don't realize they're blowing out the speakers because they're just so into it. I fixed that, so I'm not saying it's that bad, but I mean, like, it's a lot better now. I've been mastering it and putting a lot more love into it, and I'm taking my time with it because I think it is going to be a bop. Yes, take the time you need to create the best champion bop. I'll be looking forward to it. Thank you, thank you. I so look forward to sharing it. It's, I hope it will be this month. It could be this month. I just need to, like I said, I'm going to put my big girl headphones on tonight even and listen again and see where I left off, because I'm going through all the layers that I tracked out and listening to them singular, you know, like I'm deafening all of the other layers and just listening to one layer at a time all the way. And then I listen to it with the main layer, and then I kind of do that for every layer. You know, they each get a listen by themselves to be like, okay, I need to take that out, or I need to, whatever, tweak that sound level. That's too loud, or whatever. That needs to be brought up. Like, so I'm doing all of that, and I am taking my time. So I think it's gonna pay off. I think the turtle wins the race, as they say. Shout out to our Jessica Jones, our rescue. She's still going strong. I love that little girl. She's such a cool little dinosaur. But yeah, that's going to be coming soon once we hopefully premiere it somewhere. Hey, you never know. The sky's the limit. If even that, if there's even a limit in the sky, right? Who's to say that it doesn't go beyond that? But yeah, so that's another track that is coming soon. That's actually going to be part of Dragonfly, the Champion Mindset. So that's going to be the second single. You can hear You're a Star and see You're a Star that we performed live on our YouTube. I think it's on our Rumble as well. We got a lot of our music videos on our Rumble as well, so you can check it out as well, the band Famous. But unfortunately, we can't share the documentary on our YouTube. It's too controversial, apparently. And it goes into it in the documentary. If you're curious, you can check it out. It is free to watch. Definitely bring some popcorn, some snacks, get cozy, because it is 1:11:11. It is an hour and 11 minutes and 11 seconds. So you'll want to, you know, have all your snacks. Excuse me. Getting close to another water break. In fact, why don't I take one? I'm going to get some water real quick, fam. I'm not even going to pause. I'm just going to mute for a second, but I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to stretch and get some water. Don't go anywhere.
Shorter time on Twitch.
And I'm back. I grabbed a little bowl of cereal. I grabbed a snack instead of water. I got some shredded wheat, frosted shredded wheat with some almond milk, fam. If you know, you know. And then, ooh, dang, you're gonna make me hungry, Ray. Oh my gosh, I think I know what I'm gonna make for dinner. He says, okay, yeah, hydration for the win. Every time you gotta stay hydrated. It's hot out here. I'm in the desert too. I'm in the high desert. It is warm. We're at high altitude. If I get a little winded, out of breath sometimes, it's just because I'm at like, what, 6,400 feet or something above sea level? Something in that ballpark. She said she needs to come and subscribe. Aww, yes, come subscribe. I love it. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. And Ray said Tracy made me the greatest dish of scalloped potatoes I've ever eaten. This shiz is so good. Shout out to Tracy. Tracy and Ray making me hungry with those scalloped potatoes. Oh man, that sounds so dope right now. I've been telling Xander I want to do some kind of like baked potato dish, like not like a baked potato, but like a hot dish with like baked potatoes and like some, I don't know, make it good, you know. Some kind of, I guess, what do they call that? A casserole? Whatever. Whatever. White girl shit. I don't know. I don't know. Who came up with the casserole? Probably wasn't even a white girl. No, it probably was. In the Midwest. Minnesota, probably. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, jokes aside. Jokes aside. No shade to anybody. I love all colors. All people. I love good people. The evil people, I pray for y'all. I pray for y'all. Get well soon, brothers and sisters of the dark side. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. I wonder if one of my networks.
Do you mind tilting the camera down just a smidge? This one.
I could try, but it looks like one of my networks
went
kind of went
my preview looks fine. Come look.
This stuff has cashews in it. I love cashews. Legit, one of the snacks I had when I paused earlier was some mixed nuts, some cashews and almonds and peanuts, and I don't think I got any pecans, sadly. We might have eaten those already. 1 sec. Everything good? Cool.
Seems good.
Everything's going good. Love to hear it.
Seems fine.
Awesome. Hopefully everybody's got some delicious scalloped potatoes or some form of a snack. I'm definitely going to make some kind of potatoes for dinner now. I'm craving it now. Man, I just need to wait for the sun to go down because it's a little warm to cook at the moment. You see, we have air conditioning, but we don't always run it because it takes so much power, and we're solar power. So if we ran the AC, I don't think I could be streaming with you guys with everything that's running right now. I'd have to
We're gonna run the AC when you're done streaming.
Yeah, we're gonna run the AC when I'm done streaming. We're just sweating it out like a little bit right now. Hopefully not too bad. But yeah, it's a hot one, so this cereal's kind of refreshing right now, as was the root beer float earlier. Yum yum. Highly recommend. So scalloped potatoes with cashews. Yum. I don't think I've ever made scalloped potatoes. I've made all kinds of potato dishes, but that is one I don't think I've made. I'm gonna have to look into that. That sounds really good. Because I've literally been talking about like wanting to do some kind of potato dish. Like I've been craving. Because we got some potatoes. We fried potatoes, mashed potatoes, baked potato. It's all good. Potato. I remember living in the RV at the soap factory, winter through summers with all that natural heat. Oh yeah, there's definitely lots of natural heat.
Well, technically.
It actually gets surprisingly cold too. In the high desert.
A part of me wants to just try the AC. Really? Since I configured it? Too early. Okay.
Oh!
What?
Who just followed? Shout out to Sunshine Superfood. Thank you for the follow. Yes. Appreciate you, my friend. Welcome to the community. We do all kinds of stuff. We don't just like I'm hanging out today. Sometimes you might catch us gaming. You'll see some music stuff behind me. We do music. We do all kinds of stuff around here. So welcome to the community. Oh, that's Tracy. I didn't even know she had a Twitch account. Oh my gosh, Tracy. I want your scalloped potatoes. Those sound so delicious. Welcome, Tracy. Official shout out to Tracy and Bray, and Sir Maximus. At least 3 names off the top of my head that I've seen in the chats this morning, or at least in the discussion in the chat.
There you go. What up?
What up?
What up, crew?
Whoop whoop.
What up, crew?
TBF gang represent. I love it. Yo, I'm feeling so rejuvenated just hanging out with you today. I'm so glad I skipped DoorDash for this. Because true, I could be grinding, getting that paper. Everybody paper chase. But you know what? We gotta take a break sometimes if we really want to win the race, you know? Hey, it's Tracy, Ray's wife. Thank you for caring for animals. Oh my god, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much, Tracy and Ray. Oh, that's so awesome. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to the family. Yes. Oh, it's the most rewarding. It's such hard work. Like, unless you've cared for animals, I don't think you know how hard a work it is, but it is such hard work. But it is so rewarding. Like I said earlier, I'll say it again, I feel closer to God with the animals and Mother Nature. Like, it kind of goes without saying that, but I'll say it anyway. Like, it's so rewarding. It's worth every drop of sweat, every bead of sweat, every broken bone, every uppercut, every battle. It's worth all the hard work.
Destroyed a lot of rugs.
The sleepless nights, the destroyed rugs and furniture, just so many things have. Oh, there's been some casualties, let me tell you. But we love caring for the animals. It's seriously one of the most rewarding things in our life. That and music. So we thought we should just combine the two, and just everything we get, whatever we make with our music, with our art, whatever, just put it into the animals. That's what it's all for. So we used to help a lot more humans too. If you know, you know. We help, but we still love our humans. But right now we're just focused on helping animals more, because we've helped a lot of humans. So now we're gonna help the animals, because a lot of the animals need help because of humans. So we'll just say that.
Yeah. And they don't have anyone to really represent them.
Yeah, they don't have a voice like us. They don't have anyone to represent them.
They have a voice, but it's just...
They can't ask for help like us humans can.
They don't get to vote for a lot of stuff. Or they just... Shit happens to them and that's it. So it's heartbreaking.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. I'm definitely going to have to try some scalloped potatoes soon. That sounds so good. Oh, hearts right back, sending lots of love. You guys are awesome. I'm so grateful, man. I'm not gonna cry again, but I just know that I'm just so grateful. Like, I was moved to tears earlier, and that love is still there, but I've got the waterworks under control now, so I've got it under control. I fixed the pipes. I'm not gonna spring a leak. I can't even talk. Spring a leak? There we go. It sounds like I'm trying to say, like, freak a leak. Like, no, spring a leak. It was so good, I devoured it. Oh, man, that's, you know the food is good when you're just devouring it. That's just like, oh my gosh, get in my belly type of, you know, yum. Man, you guys, I'm working up an appetite. I'm going to make such a delicious dinner tonight. It's going to be so great. And it's going to be the icing on this delicious cake of hanging out with all of you today. And shout out to you guys for watching our documentary too, man, and everybody that has, and anyone watching right now on the stream that has not seen the documentary,
It is free to watch. Rumble exclusive.
Not available anywhere else.
Not available anywhere else.
Can't watch it.
Can't watch it anywhere else. We tried. But you can watch it on Rumble at rumble.com/thebandfamous. It is the featured video. You'll notice it was uploaded twice because it was even censored the first time we uploaded it on Rumble. So there is merit to what we're saying, and they just prove our point. So we just left it. We're like, we're just going to leave this failed upload that they didn't, they didn't let through. That they said was the full length, but it wasn't. So we had to upload it twice. Second time worked, though. We got the story out there. It's out there now. Can't stop, won't stop. Champion mindset. We fall down, we get back up again. That's what we do. Oh, that is so cool. Sounds like a beautiful day over by you guys, Ray and Tracy. A nice walk in nature, and then some delicious scalloped potatoes when you get home. That is a beautiful thing. Life is such a gift, isn't it? God, aren't you just grateful to be alive? And just all the people we've encountered on this journey. Those still with us in spirit form, like Obi-Wan with Luke and shit, Ray says, it's an interesting struggle, but I know you guys will overcome the obstacles. Thank you. Thank you, family. We sure intend to. We definitely got that warrior spirit, so I know we will. I know you're right. I know you're right. Cheers to that.
Making music with clean energy and rescuing animals. Basically, that's the mission now. It's making music.
Yep, the mission is making music off of clean energy and rescuing animals and providing sanctuary for those that we are able to. Yep. That's the mission. Yep. Oh, wow. Sunshine Superfood, aka Tracy. Woo! She says, we even had a flock of pelicans out on the river yesterday. They're absolutely beautiful. Wow. That sounds so majestic. Oh my gosh. I love encounters like that. Up close and personal, there's just so much majesty in nature. It's overwhelming sometimes. Like, we're so small compared to everything, So it's nice when we're able to just appreciate everything, because so many people, I think a lot of us get too caught up and can't pull away from whatever work, and it's like, we need to lay under a tree sometimes, we gotta watch the pelicans on the river. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I remember before we left LA, I think it was a white crane. It flew by us a couple of times, and I remember one time I was driving and it flew across my car and landed across the street. And it just felt so random because it wasn't on the beach or it was just in the city. It was so wild. Felt like a message. I'm not sure what they were saying, but I love those little heavenly messengers. Ray said, yep, I took a few nice photos. Super majestic. I'll have to go and look. I want to see the photos of the pelicans. That sounds awesome. So amazing. I saw a crazy photo the other day. Someone captured this distinct moment where I guess a bald eagle, had flown too close to a blue jay's nest. Apparently blue jays are very territorial. I mean, they're pretty mean little birds. They're beautiful, but they're vicious. They're on my Facebook. I'm sure we're connected. Oh, I think we might be. I'll have to look. If we're not, we definitely should be. I'm gonna have to look. Yeah, I'm gonna go look after the stream and give some love, because those photos are something I want to see. Oh my gosh. I totally spaced what I was saying. I'm sure it wasn't that important, or I wouldn't forget what I was saying, but it's just been such a journey. Oh, I remember now. Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah, I was talking about the photo of the bluebird and the bald eagle. So this bald eagle had flown way too close to the bluebird's nest, and them being very territorial little birds, this bluebird was trying to show the bald eagle who's boss and get him out of his turf, right? And the bald eagle's like unfazed, obviously. Like the bluebird is like nothing compared to his size and stature. The eagle's like towering over this little bluebird. So there was just a moment the photographer caught because he snapped so many photos, and one of them, you can just see the bluebird like getting ready to give like a ninja kick to this bald eagle, and they're both just looking at each other in the eye, and the eagle is just like, "You're so annoying right now," and it's just such a cool moment that someone caught that on film. It stuck with me. So I'm definitely gonna go check out those pelican photos. I think we are Facebook friends. That's fucking rad. Oh, man. That is so cool. And you guys inspired me for dinner tonight, so thank you. I'm gonna make something potatoes, mark my words. So grateful to everybody hanging out on the TBF networks. Y'all been rocking with me. Some of you been here a while. Wow, I might just meet my goal today. My goal was to come on here and rest, hang out with my community for like 4 hours. And it looks like we're about 3 hours and 40 minutes in. That's crazy. Time just flies when you're having fun. Ray says those Blue Jays are comically aggressive. They really are. They're tough, man. I wouldn't fuck with them. I'm just saying. It's not, like I said, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Never forget. That little Blue Jay got spunk. Don't let his size fool you. Do not be fooled by the size, because that is not... Appearances are not everything. Appearances are not everything.
Our toughest dog is not our wolf dog, it's the puggle.
Yeah. That's facts right there. Xander just said it. I'll say it again. Our toughest, most fiercest, ferocious dog is not our wolf dog that we rescued. It's not our Dobermans. It's our puggle that we rescued from the streets of LA. That girl, we cannot take the gangster out of her. She is the toughest. She's like literally a Rottweiler puggle. Like, yeah. Poor thing, man. She's been through it. But she's living her best life now. She came to us emaciated, drinking her own urine. Not even familiar with peanut butter or like literally, I don't know what she ate. Probably just her shit, because occasionally she still does, because old habits die hard, I guess. But yeah, she was enough to make you break down in tears when we found her. The day she found us, I should say, because she rubbed against my leg when I was checking the mail at our previous space in LA, our live workspace, where we did all the charity events and concerts and festivals, and lived out of our car for 2.5 years to even open that space and do all of those amazing charity events and music shows. And this little dog, I'm checking the mail one day, I literally thought it was a cat from the year we had spent living in Manhattan in the Upper Dykeman area. All the little corner markets that you go to in New York and NYC, you go in and there's like little cats running around everywhere, like in the shops. And that's kind of what it felt like. I was like, oh, she felt like a little cat. Maybe she's a cat spirit. I don't know. But I looked down and it's this little dog. And she kind of started it all. Xander saw her too, and we were about to go, I think we were going to the 99 cents only store for a grocery run because we're frugal. And, you know, we're not too proud. So we went there to shop. And we're like, get in. Xander was like, get in. And we called her kid, and that was the first domino. It was like, she started it all. And ironically, the month that she found us, we were promoting and raising awareness and streaming for Los Angeles Animal Services and LGBT Center. And so we actually rescued 2 dogs that same month. One of them I stopped from going on the freeway. It was like a husky German Shepherd mix, I think. And that one I saved from going onto the freeway. It was literally running onto the freeway ramp. And I stopped my car at a gas station in East Los Angeles, and it was a beater back then. It was a salvaged POS. It was before we got our Jeep, and which is the nicest vehicle we've ever owned. And we share a vehicle. We're humble. We don't got fucking 5 cars. We only got 1 between 2 people. Okay, so it's tough sometimes. When I'm door dashing, like he's out here, like, you know. Fending for all the animals and himself and everything, and I'm out, you know, so like we share.
yeah, anyway. So that, I just wanted to share that. But yeah, so I left this like beater car that we had running. Oh, Tracy said, it was nice to meet you. I'm going back to the kitchen to prepare a vanilla frosting for strawberry cake. Yum, yum. Oh my God. Ray and Tracy eating good tonight. That's what I love to hear, family. Yum. Please enjoy some of that strawberry cake for us and enjoy those scalloped potatoes. That sounds so good. Now watch me go freaking make some brownies or something too now. You're talking about dessert. So we're going to do some kind of potatoes here shortly. And I was going to make more of my wild berry muffins that I might put the recipe on Patreon. I'm thinking I will. So then you and Ray can try them sometime since you guys are supporters now of our Animal Rescue Sanctuary and our music. Thank you so much. Can't thank you enough. I know that strawberry cake with that vanilla frosting is about to slap so hard too. I'm so happy you guys are eating good and doing well and living life and getting beautiful, majestic nature sightings in. Like, that's so good for the soul. I love to hear it. That's soul food right there. Those nature walks. And I'm going to look for those pelican photos because I'm excited. I love nature. I love animals so much. I will hug a tree every day. Gladly. I think it's good for the soul. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. You know what? I was aiming for 4 hours. I think 3 hours and 45 minutes on the dot just now. 3 hours and 45 minutes. I think that's pretty good, family. I think I worked up an appetite. That cereal just barely got me going. So I'm going to actually go make some potatoes and maybe make some baked goods. Maybe I'll put some on our Patreon. Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much, Ray and Tracy. You guys enjoy that strawberry cake and have a wonderful night. We love you guys so much, and we're sending you all the spirit hugs and virtual hugs until one day we meet again and give you the physical hugs. I'm going to go back to uploading videos. Yes, I feel that, fam. I got to get on that too. Thank you for the reminder. I got some videos to upload. All right, shout out to Ray, shout out to Tracy, shout out to Sir Maximus and everyone else who tuned in to the TBF network. I'm Norell, one half of the band Famous. Thank you so much for rocking with me and hanging with me for almost 4 hours today. This is crazy. I love you. It is fun spending time with you too. Thank you, family. You guys have a great evening, and we will definitely do this again real soon. Much, much love. And stay well, stay blessed. We'll talk to you soon, fam. Okay? Mwah! To everybody. All the good vibes. Bandfamous.com, baby. Don't forget. Thank you to all our Patreons and subscribers and supporters. You know where to find us. Bandfamous.com. Thank you for rocking with us.